Ratty kid, like I told you.
He sneaked off to go hunting. He wasn't even here. So how could I help him?
And he ran smack into the marshal. Now we've really got our heads in a noose. Suppose the old man's dead when they find him.
If he's dead, he can't talk, can he?
Oh, it's worse if he's alive. Blast you, Hattie. Can't you do anything right?
You're blaming me?
Who would I blame? I didn't put that marshal on our trail.
It don't matter now who did. What are we going to do?
We're going to have to get out of here fast.
What you think? I want you now. I feel it in my skin.
Good evening, 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 and welcome to Bonus Eels, new titles and stuff. This is semi-final quizzing, yeah. I've updated the credits just slightly. And I feel like I am now starting to look a little bit like a wild man. A sort of hermity sort of person. My hairband snapped this week, and I'm not going to Tesco till tomorrow, so I've nicked my wife's Tough Mudder sweatband. Fortunately, she's out tonight. She's gone on a girls' night out to a house. Dylan is appearing behind me with a new plane he's built, which
and it's really good.
And it's really, in his opinion, it is really good. He's not going to let me do the stream. Can I show? I was going to show everyone. He's not going to let me do the stream until I show you. So, Dylan got this Spitfire this afternoon, and he's built and painted it in about 2 hours. What you wanted to come and show it? Well, you wanted to come and show it off. Anyway, it's all very impressive. Right, okay. I'm frightfully sorry. This is what happens when I get left in charge, you see. But everyone is saying very good work, Dylan.
Thank you.
He says thank you with a slight air of course you're saying thank you. Because isn't it excellent? Because he's 12, 11. How old are you now? 11, nearly 12. Oh, goodness me. Well, I'm on the beer tonight. I went out, got my first beer in a pint pot, admittedly a plastic one yesterday, for the first time in forever, which was enormously exciting. It was good to go outside and see the sky and other human beings. It was all good. So, and I got a taste for the beer. And that's exactly what I've got going on here. So that's nice. Have you burnt the toast?
No, I said don't forget the roast.
I won't forget the roast. I won't forget the... What roast?
This morning, our thingy-majig that we had.
Well, that was a fry-up, Dylan, not a roast. We're having a roast tomorrow. It does smell like you're... Can you concentrate on making beans on toast rather than burning the kitchen down? That would be...
Yeah, I'm trying to burn the kitchen.
That would be just swell if you could not do that. Anyway, lovely to have you. This isn't supposed to be a double act tonight. I don't know what's going on with him at the moment. It's because his mother's not here, so he's... So I don't know. Anyway, good evening to you all. Lovely to have you here on Saturday the 17th of April, where it is semi-final time for Face Off. We hopefully have got 8 players. I can see 3 in the green room. And let me do a little ping to get our 4th. They're online this time. Let's go to ping. Let's go to Grunkle here. Yeah, semi-final time. 2 semi-finals tonight and 2 games of Cryptex to sandwich between them. Here he is. Grunkle's in the green room. Lovely, lovely. Scorecast's just doing sound testing with them, and we'll bring them through in just a moment. Let me say hello to you all. We've got an Adster here. Good evening, Adster. Lee Link, Keshi Head, AB Me, Arden Fetz, Topper1. Good evening. Innis, Cola, Zeus, DC Simmons. New people are chatting, and so my list is going up, and I'm losing our names. Mr. Quizworthing, good evening. The Naked Grandma, Podo Nuevo, Can't Quiz, Won't Quiz. Brand New Halo, Hodders, Jay Turner, Clive of Legend. I don't know quite why I said your name like that, Clive, but good evening all the same. Drew Dave Tom, good evening. Samster, Big Man Aaron, Dogfish, and Lupine One, Effrontery. Goodness me, there's a lot of you here tonight. Queen Love, new person, welcome to you. Lovely to have you here. We Like Shapes, Claire, Aluzi, and Clemson, Kira, Lewis T, David Bodycum, Jack Wilfred, Oni, Prugs, J White, Panda, Dante, Dev, It's Sotley, Brig, Scorecount Mac, Chris M. Dixon, Milk Like Substance, good evening, one and all. How absolutely splendid to have you here. I hope you are keeping well and safe in these strange times. Semi-final time, double Cryptex coming up. We've got a pack of Cryptex from Jay White and a pack of Cryptex which has been tandem written by myself and Ape Minky. So looking forward to both of those. My hunch is that Jay White's is a little more difficult. So we'll do that one first, and I'm just testing, see, because Cryptex is now actually quite a short game. It's about half an hour, because it just runs itself, so it's always the same amount of time. So I'm testing to see whether or not brains are going to manage 2 games of Cryptex by doing them with a face-off in between, admittedly. So that might change things up a little bit. But yeah, that's the plan. We're going to do 2 Cryptex games and see what happens with that. But before we do any of that, we have got the first of 2 face-off semi-finals. There are 4 players now in the broadcast studio. I'm just going to screen share with them so that they can see what's going on. And I'm also going to undeafen myself in Discord so that they can hear me. And I'm going to unmute in Discord because they're all currently muted anyway. So, yeah, without any further ado, let's get on with the evening and welcome our 4 players in this first semi-final. We have got Grunkle, our 18-year-old grocery transportation machinery repositioning manager from Virginia in the USA. We've got Samster, our 23-year-old, currently looking for a job but will write quiz questions for food from the Midlands in the UK. We've got Clive, our 25-year-old professional homosexual from Chattanooga in Tennessee. And we've got Inca, 29-year-old man of mystery from Belfast in the UK. To all 4 of you, good evening and welcome.
Hiya.
Semi-final time. Well, let's have a little chat with each of you in turn, starting with Grunkle. Grunkle, how are you?
I'm a little bit worried because I haven't been able to find any consistent fix for the internet, so there is a non-zero chance that what happened last time may occur again. I feel it would be extremely comical if it were to have such bad timing twice in a row.
Well,
But
we will certainly keep our fingers crossed on that front. I mean, for any of us, we are all the victims of our ISP, so we can do what we can do. Just some stats for you, Grunkle. Of course, your stats are a little bit skewed owing to the circumstances in which you came to be in the tournament. But the seat, if you like, the position that you are in, you finished up the league with 7 points. A fourth, a second, a first, a third, and a fourth were the results for your seat. 62 of 85 in the position that you were, 73% hit rate. Against your rivals this evening, first against Samster, fourth against Clive, fourth against Inca. And least time spent in the face-off arena at 810 seconds for your position. So, again, take that with a slight grain of salt because we're all aware of the circumstances, which I won't dig back up again now. But, I mean, how are you feeling coming up against? I mean, those are the stats, but how are you feeling about your opponents tonight?
Yeah, obviously the stats I'm not taking into too much account because I was a completely different person back then. But looking at the actual competition I'm facing, definitely some very recognizable names in the quiz community that I am, of course, honored to be able to play side by side with. I just simply hope I can hold up my ground with the reputation I have managed to earn over the course of my participation in trivia.
Well, we wish you the very, very best of luck, Grunkle, in this semi-final match. And it should go without saying, I haven't actually explicitly said this yet, but Toot and Ralph have been fast-tracked to the final for finishing first and second, respectively. So there is only one winner in each of these semi-finals, and they will go into the final next week to face off against Ralph and Lupine. So facing off against Grunkle, we have got Samster. Good evening, Samster.
Hiya, how you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. We've been talking a lot this week, it feels. In a good way. Always good. I always enjoy a chat with you, Sam. Your stats, 8 points is what you finished off with in the league. A second, a first, a second, and then 2 fourths in your most recent matches. 80 out of 126 questions, that's a 63% hit rate. Average 5.23 seconds per question, 8.23 seconds per correct answer. So 3 seconds between the question average and the correct average. You finished second against Grunkle, who finished first in Heat 11, fourth against Clive, who finished first, and that was in Heat 13, and second against Inca, who won in Heat 3. You have not, and I've got this flag here, and it's just a statistic, it's not a threat or a promise or a prediction, you have not beaten any of the current opponents in the head-to-head. So those are the stats. Strong start, a little bit weaker in the last couple of weeks. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm all right. I feel like I definitely got a very good start, and I don't know whether it's a case of pressure getting to me or just wasn't my questions. Probably a bit of both, to be honest. So it's just all going to depend on what comes up at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Well, since you mentioned the question pack, I have actually curated this question pack. So rather than being from the random database of some 10,000 questions, I've actually handpicked 482, the computer is telling me that we've got. And we're hoping that is going to be enough for this week and next week, but I may add a few more depending how many questions we get through tonight. A few new questions from the community have come in as well, also handpicked, and enormous thanks to Panda for all his diligence in proofing these and making sure that they are up to snuff. So Samson, the very best of luck to you in this semi-final match tonight.
Thank you.
Facing off against Grunkle and Samster is Clive of Legend. Mr. The Clive, good evening.
Evening, Ben.
Statistics for you, 11 points is what you finished with in the league, a fourth, a second, a third, and then 2 firsts in your most recent ones. 89 out of 164 questions correct, that's a hit rate of 57%. Average 4.77 seconds per question, 8.25 seconds per correct question, so quite a high correct average compared to, sounds like you're passing quickly if you don't know. Against the opponents tonight, you finished first against Grunkle, who finished fourth. Grunkle may have been actual Grunkle. I can't remember. I think it was. In fact, last week this was something I was going to comment on. The 3 of you actually faced off last week in a heat, didn't you? I'm just thinking about it now. I think it was.
Yes.
There is a change, and I'll go and look that up in a minute. Sorry, I'll finish off your stats. First against Grunkle. It wasn't Grunkle. It was actual Grunkle. First against Samster, who came fourth, and first against Inca, who came second in that heat. Won both of your previous heats with these competitors. So you've already beaten all 3 of these. Can you do it again?
Yeah, these, I think, were probably the 3 people I was most worried about before the tournament started. So I'm not particularly hopeful that lightning is going to strike twice, but I'll do my best.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. And to say it is eerily similar, actually. I think I only had to change one of the names over in the podium. In fact, let me just have a glance over what Panda said to me earlier on. Samster in for Brig. So Samster wasn't here, but last week we had Grunkle, Clive, Inca and Brig. So remarkably similar to what happened there. Clive managed to win it. Can he do it again tonight? We will find out. And facing off against Grunkle, Samster, Clive... Grunkle, Samster and Clive, I'm trying to multitask by getting my notes back up, is Inca. Good evening, Inca.
Hi there.
Nice to have you with us. Your readout, fairly strong performance, 13 points in the league. First, third, second, first, and then second. So a sort of little wave thing going on here. 112 out of 166 correct. That's an average hit. That's a hit rate of 67%. Average 4.74 seconds per question, 7.02 seconds per correct answer. You finished second against Grunkle Seat, who finished fourth in Heat 20. That was actually Grunkle. First against Samster, who finished second in that heat, and second against Clive, who came first in Heat 20. Best time to correct answer ratio this heat, and most time in the face-off arena this heat. How are you feeling?
Well, I mean, it's just remarkable, the contrast from literally, like you say, last week it was always the same people, but that felt like, it's all a bit of fun, it doesn't matter what happens, and this one suddenly it feels serious. This one, it really doesn't, it really is gonna, make a difference what happens. So it's I just don't know what to expect. I mean, when obviously played Clive last week, he beat me, though it was very close, and when I beat Samster earlier on, but that was very close as well. So and it's not really fair to count Grunkle on this because he was having tech issues last week, so I don't really have a comparison
not
there.
really, yeah, not a fair yardstick to measure it by necessarily. So I think it's fair to say there is a little bit of sort of a grudge matchy sort of thing going on here. What with the match last week, which Clive won, and the firsts and the seconds between you historically, and the closeness of how it's been. This is shaping up to be a remarkably interesting face-off. And as I explained earlier on, the winner of this face-off will get a place in the final. Inca, the very best of luck to you as well.
Thank you.
So, I announced in the Discord this week the prize pool, which I will just mention now. In fact, let me go and look at it before I rattle it off incorrectly. Face off. The 4 finalists who will be playing next week will each get a prize equivalent of either PayPal, Steam or Amazon vouchers, depending on what is available to them. Fourth prize is £10, third prize £20, second prize £30, and the first prize is £50 in either Steam, Amazon or PayPal at the discretion of the prize winners. So that is what you're playing for, and if you win this face-off, you're guaranteed one of those. The very best of luck to all 4 of you, and a reminder again that this is a curated question pack that I've gone through hand-picked questions for, and they have been verified by Panda. The very best of luck to you all. I'm going to maximise my inspector window, so my webcam's going to freeze a second. There we go. Just means I can read the questions. Grunkle, Samster, Clive and Inca, let's go to the face-off arena. Notifications are off, Proogs.
Do me proud, Internet.
Well, Grunkle, because you started in you came into the semi-final in the lowest league position, you have drawn the short straw and are going to be on the blue podium and answering first. The rest of the rules are exactly the same, 60 seconds each on your clock. I can only accept your first answer. The very best of luck to you all. Grunkle, you're answering questions first, and Grunkle, your time starts. Now, Grunkle, who founded the Boring Company?
Elon Musk.
Correct. Samster, what S is the name for the art of steering a boat using wind power?
Sailing.
Correct. Clive, Constantine the Great is regarded as the first Christian empire of which ancient empire?
Rome.
Correct. Inca, what is 9 times 12?
108.
Correct. Grunkle, on which part of the body would a chef normally wear the distinctive item of clothing, technically known as a toque?
Chest?
No, it's the head. In 1941, the campaign named Barbarossa initiated Germany's invasion
Poland.
of which country? No, it's the Soviet Union. In which city was Starbucks founded?
Portland.
No, it's Seattle.
Oh,
Complete
really?
the title of the 1962 thriller starring Frank Sinatra, the
Pass.
Manchurian Candidate. Who became president of the USA in 2009?
Barack Obama.
Correct. Samster, what is the chemical symbol for sodium?
Okay.
Correct. Sorry, I need to hit the stop button. Oh, crap. Why are you still counting down? My dog's just gone nuts. That's exactly what you want in the semi-final. Clive, I'll put that time back for you.
No worries.
There we go. Can someone get a clip and tell me exactly what that was?
Relax.
Just take a breather a minute. Sorry, I didn't want the dog going off and me mishearing stuff.
Fair.
Be quiet, dog. If someone can get a clip and tell me the exact time that Clive was on after Samster got that question right, and I'll put that time back on. Nothing like a bit of drama in the semi-finals, am I right? So we are going to be on podium number 2. I will just get the exact time. Score Count's just going to do a quick check on that. G. Eisen's telling us 55.9, 55.20. 55.20 seems to be the prevailing answer coming in. 55.20 is what we will go with. 55.20. Force timer update. Clive, you're right back up to there. No drama. No harm, no foul. Let's go right back into this. Clive, the clock is going to be with you and your time continues. Now, nanotechnology is the development and use of devices operating on what scale? Correct. Inca, Ang Lee won the Best Director award at the 2006 Oscars for which film?
Brokeback Mountain.
Correct. Grandcore, which Empress of Russia who ruled from 1762 to
Catherine?
Correct. Samster, according to a popular saying, which animal never forgets?
An elephant.
Correct. Clive, which Scottish loch forms part of the Caledonian Canal? Loch Lomond?
Loch Lomond?
No, it's Loch Ness. In which process would a compositor be involved? Painting or printing?
Printing.
Correct. Inca, what bee is the name given to a roofed outdoor platform upon which...
Bandstand.
Correct. Grunkle, Mary I of England married the future king of which European country?
Spain?
Correct. Samster, who is the singer for the band The Foo Fighters?
Dave Grohl.
Correct. Clive, how many millimetres are there in 1 metre?
1,000.
Correct. Inca, the Royal National Theatre of Britain is situated on the south bank of which
Thames.
river? Correct. Grunker, which album features the songs Wannabe, Mama, and it's Spice? In which US state are the twin cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul?
Michigan.
No, it's Minnesota.
Oh.
Which day of the week shares its name with a novel by Ian McEwan?
Wednesday.
Saturday. In the 1999 James Bond film The World Is Not Enough, which character is played by Judi Dench?
Q.
No, it's M. Which auto manufacturer makes models of car including the Jetta, Passat and Golf?
Don't remember.
It's Volkswagen was the answer. Well, there we have it, Grunkle. Your time in this face-off tournament is over, I'm afraid. A swift exit, and this game can be particularly cruel. But I want to thank you again for stepping in the circumstances in which you came in. It's been wonderful to have you here. You've been a tremendous substitute. But unfortunately, that is the end of the line. Have you had a good time?
Quite frankly, I'm just glad the internet didn't do me in this time.
Yeah, you can't hide behind that excuse on this occasion.
I can't say that the results ended up much different, but at least I can't blame it on the internet.
Well, you gave it a good go anyway, Grunkle. You are the first casualty of the semi-finals, and I hope that we will see you another time.
Yep, cheers.
Take care. So, Grunkle leaves us as the first casualty of the semi-final. Apologies for the dog deciding that she was going to get involved in the stream and start barking. It might have been someone at the door. She is a very barky dog, but just the way it goes. And then for some reason, my emergency stop button, I think I hit it too soon to... before Clive's clock started ticking down, and so it sort of short-circuited. So that's probably what that was. But no harm, no foul. Times as they stand, not a huge amount in it, has to be said. Clive 40.16, Inca 44.nice, and Samster 45.nice minus 0.01. So much to play for, but Clive is going to move into the first position, Inca second, and Samster third. Let's go on to round number 2. So Clive, doggy dogs notwithstanding, I think that was okay. A strong performance, even though you're in the first position now.
Yeah, I'm slightly frustrated I went for Loch Lomond again. I think I've answered questions on locks about 50 times with Loch Lomond, and it's never once been right.
Never once been right. It's never maybe we could start another meme. It's never Loch Lomond. But you're here, and 90 seconds now on your clock as we go into round 2. Inca, fairly confident, comfortable opening round there. Nothing too dramatic.
Yeah, I just tell the dog I appreciate its efforts to sabotage my points by barking over all their answers. You know, every little bit helps. I appreciate it.
She's moved to the top of the stairs now and is probably awaiting more noise. Miney, come here. Come to your bed. Come on. No, she's ignoring me now. Never mind. Well, here you are, round 2. 90 seconds on your clock, Inca, and we wish you the best of luck going forward. Samster,
Yeah.
most time. Not a lot in it, but you have got the most time.
I'm just happy I got through round one. Whatever happens now, I'm happy. I'm just happy to break the streak of losing in round one because that was really getting to me. So
you've forgotten the feeling of getting to round two. Well, you're here, and you're here in the strongest position, the third position, which means you'll be answering third. 90 seconds on your clock as well. You know the drill. You've all been here before. We're going to play right on with round two. Clive, you're answering questions first. The very best of luck to all four of you. And Clive, your time starts. Now, Clive, which three-letter word can be a term of endearment or can mean a tame animal usually living in... Correct. Inca, which US sitcom of the 60s and 70s told of the adventures of the Clampitt family?
All in the Family.
No, it's the Beverly Hillbillies. Which popular word conquest board game features territories called Alberta?
Risk.
Correct. Samster, in computer terminology, what does the abbreviation BCC stand for?
Pass.
Blind carbon copy. What shape are the faces of a regular octahedron?
Octagonal.
No, they're triangular. In which 1959 film did Marilyn Monroe play the singer Sugar Cane?
A Star is Born.
No, Some Like It Hot. Which US girl group had a UK #1 hit in 1985 with Frankie?
Pass.
Sister Sledge. In Japan, kabuki is a popular form
Theatre.
of... Correct. Clive, what was the nationality of the chemist Dmitry Mendeleev?
Polish?
No, he's Russian. In divorce proceedings, which comes first, a decree absolute or a decree nisi?
Decree nisi?
Correct. Inca, which branch of mathematics was developed independently by Isaac Newton and Gottfried
Calculus.
Leibniz? Correct. Samsa, the symbol for which chemical element comes from its former name, hydrogyrum?
Hydrogen.
No, it's mercury. In which language was the original version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo written?
Swedish.
Correct. Clive, which DIY tool shares its name with something thrown in an athletics field event?
Hammer.
Correct. Inca, the alcoholic beverage flavoured with berries from the blackthorn bush is known as slow what?
Gin.
Correct. Samster, in April 2000, what numbers changed for Cardiff, Coventry, London, Portsmouth, Southampton and Northern Ireland?
Calling codes.
Correct. Clive, Lenny Small is a character in which John Steinbeck novel?
The Grapes of Wrath?
No, it's of Mice and Men. The title of the long-running agony aunt column in the Sun newspaper is Dear Who?
Abby?
No, it's Deirdre. In the 1953 film Calamity Jane, Doris Day sang Take Me Back to the Black Hills,
Minnesota?
It's Dakota. Ursa Major or Ursa Minor, where is the star Sirius found?
Ursa Minor.
No, it's Ursa Major. Which post-war British Prime Minister was raised to the peerage as the Earl of Stockton?
Theresa May.
Harold Macmillan. Beirut is the capital of which country?
Pass.
Lebanon. Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens and Mount Olympus are found in which US state?
Washington?
Correct. Inca, which female artist had a UK #1 hit with the single Chain Reaction in 1980s? Correct. Samsa, in which year was the referendum on Scotland leaving the United Kingdom?
2013.
2014. In the theatre, what G is the general name for the makeup used by actors?
Pass.
Grease paint. What is the occupation of Trevor Sorby?
Hairdresser.
Correct. Clive, what name is given to an adult female black bear?
Oh my god, cow.
So, which country shares a border with Zambia, Mozambique, Botswana and South Africa?
Kenya?
Zimbabwe. What name is shared by a unit of time and the person who looks after a
Second.
Correct. Inca, in Japan, what would you do with the donburi? Eat it or wear it?
Wear it.
No, you'd eat it. Which geometric figure shares its name with the home of the American Department of Defense?
Pentagon.
Correct. Samsa, which country lost to France in the 2018 World Cup final?
Pass.
Croatia. The sitcom featuring Ralph Little and Beverly Callard is called 2 Pints of Lager and what?
Get crisps.
Correct. Clive, which word means both a tall hairstyle popular with women in the 1960s and an
Beehive.
apiary? Correct. Inca, the name of the author of The Winds of War and The War and Remembrance is Herman what?
Melville.
No, Woke. The Radio 2 show billed as Music Waffle and the Occasional Insult is hosted by Jonathan Who?
Ross.
Correct. Samsa, who wrote the poem I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud?
Wordsworth.
Correct. Clive, what is 26 multiplied by 10?
260.
Correct. Inca, in the Shakespearean expression, a man caught in his own trap is said to be hoist with his own...
hard.
Correct. Samster, plum pudding is traditionally eaten during which Christian festival?
Christmas.
Correct. Clive, Cotswold and South Down are breeds of which animal?
Cow?
Sheep. What J is the term for running at a slow, regular pace, usually
Okay.
over... Correct. Inca, in 1998, Warped was the third game of which video game series?
Crash Bandicoot.
Correct. Samster, the River Wye on which the city of Hereford stands flows into the estuary of... It's the Severn. In which 1979 film does a creature burst out of the body of a character?
Alien.
Correct. Clive, how many players are there on a water polo team? I think at one point I said correct to you, Clive. I was tripping over my words a little bit there, but Oh, Clive, so close. There was not a lot in that. And I'll talk to Samster in just a minute about his performance there. But I think you got into a bit of a bad run of questions there. I think you tried cow twice. It was so one time and sheep another. But unfortunately, it's never the cow. Not on this round. Clive, you've been an absolutely...
That's a heck of a catchphrase.
Absolutely. Well, Clive, you've been an absolutely beautiful competitor. It's been absolutely marvellous having you here. And I'm sorry for you that it does have to end here, but have you had a good time?
It's been such a great time. Thanks, Ben.
Wonderful to hear. Thank you very much. And hopefully we'll see you for Cryptex a bit later on and maybe in some future tournaments as well.
Absolutely.
Take care, Clive. So, Inca and Samster going to the final. Inca, with quite a sizable lead, is going to move into second position, which means Samster's going to be starting off. But, of course, your clocks will reset. Only one of you can get to the final. Let's go to the final round now. Oh, Samster, you like to live dangerously, don't you?
I do. This is like got me the third or fourth time got through a round with like less than 4 seconds left. It's... Whew. And I started with a spiral there, but I got out of it.
There was a big spiral at the beginning, and
yeah.
you did well to pull yourself back from that, because that was... where did we start? The Scottish referendum just a year out was one, and that wasn't the big spiral. There was the France losing to Croatia. I imagine that's a...
I couldn't remember for the... I could see the flag, I just don't know why. I just couldn't come up with the name Croatia.
It's funny, your mind goes blank in the moment. But you're here,
Absolutely.
You're in the final of the semi-final with 120 seconds on your clock, and you are facing off against Inca, who had Inca, I think you had a reasonably good time there. 40 seconds, best part of, left on your clock.
Yeah, no, I mean, I seem to have been on reasonable form with these, but there was a horrible foreboding feeling seeing Samson a spiral, and then Clive the other side of me had a spiral, which reminded me it could be me next, and it still very well could be.
I think I tripped over a word as well when I said correct to Clive, and then I moved on to your question and the Winds of War question. I think I might maybe tripped over my words a little bit there, but hopefully that wasn't a distraction for you.
I didn't even notice, don't worry.
Okay, that's good. Good to hear. Well, you're both here. One of you will leave us in sometime between 2 and 4 minutes' time. The other one will progress to the final. It can only be one of you, though. Samster, you'll start.
It's not 2 minutes' time.
Hope it's not what now?
Yeah, I got nothing right.
Well, we will see what happens. 120 seconds each on your clock. I'm not even going to look at the stats. It all comes down to this right now. The very best of luck to you both. Samster, you're starting us off. And your time starts. Now, which singer was the youngest member of the Jackson 5 pop group?
Tito?
No, it's Michael. Which chemical element is represented by the symbol Ta?
Tantalum.
Correct. Inca, the Turkish flag features a white star and which other shape on a red background?
Crescent.
Correct. Samster, the Hang Seng Index measures share prices in which stock exchange?
Pass.
Hong Kong. What is 12 times 6?
72.
Correct. Inca, what type of lens is used for a magnifying glass? Convex or concave?
Convex.
Correct. Samster, in the 1990s TV sitcom Keeping Up Appearances, what was the surname?
Okay.
Correct. Inca, Ellen MacArthur competed in which sport?
Sailing. Correct.
Samster, which B is a sport which features the classes strawweight and super
Boxing.
middle? Correct. Inca, what is the English equivalent of the Spanish name Miguel?
Michael.
Correct. Samster, which UK city is the dialing code 0141?
Birmingham.
No, it's Glasgow. The American stores that bought large quantities of goods then sold them inexpensively were known as
Time.
Correct. Inca, in which year did Michael Schumacher first win the Formula 1 World Championship? 84 or 94?
94.
Correct. Samster, which actor played Richard Sharp in the 90s UK TV series Sharp?
Sean Bean.
Correct. Inca, what is the nickname of the baseball team that moved from Brooklyn to Los Angeles in the 1950s?
Dodgers.
Correct. Samster, excluding substitutes, which of the following is the greater number of players in a team? Rugby league or rugby union?
Union.
Correct. Inca, which word meaning a ruffian was the name of a murderous cult active in India until the mid-19th
Hooligan?
century? No, it's thug. According to the A1 Al Jolson song, what sort of bird comes bobbing
Robin.
along? Correct. Samster, in property advertising, what do the initials OIEO stand for?
Pass.
Offers in excess of. Driving in my car and our house were UK
Madness.
hits. Correct. Inca, what surname links Olympic gold medalists Carl and Denise?
Pass.
Lewis. In SMS messages, what is meant by the abbreviation MYOB?
Mind your own business.
Correct. Samster, what name is given to the large absorbent rectangular cloth used to dry the body
Sponge.
after... No, it's a towel. The lek is the main unit of currency in which country?
Turkey.
That's Albania. Who was the front woman of the Welsh band Catatonia?
What's her name? Stevens.
Cerys Matthews. What J is the geological period when Archaeopteryx? Correct. Inca, the true story of a real fake is the tagline of which movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks?
Pass.
Catch Me If You Can. In 2005, actor Tom Cruise starred in which sci-fi directed by Steven Spielberg?
Close Encounters.
War of the Worlds. What kind of creature is a cicada, a fish or an
It's
insect?
an insect.
Correct. Samster, who painted the 1801 painting Napoleon Crossing the Alps?
Pass.
Jacques-Louis David. The River Wye flows through England and which other UK country?
Wales. Yeah, pass.
I'm taking
that's very
a
wrong.
snot because I'm just going to take a minute and decide whether or not I heard enough of your answer to say that Scotland was your first answer. I'm going to defer on this one. If Panda and David are here. He didn't complete it, but he had the first. Brig, you're in the next semi-final, so with the greatest of love and respect, I shall speak to Panda and David if they're here. Panda's going to have a listen back. I am going to take a pause on this, and I will go with the ruling of the adjudicators on this.
Okay.
I'm happy to just say I got it wrong because I did.
It's whether or not they think you changed track in time. It was halfway through the first syllable. I know we say you didn't complete the answer, but in the past it's been first answers. I've accepted because you've sort of started the answer and it's a two-syllable one, and I did hear the first syllable, but I'm going to wait on a ruling. I don't think I've ever heard this stream quite so silent. Ruling is, did not complete first answer, and so Wales should be accepted. That is the unanimous decision of the adjudicators. So that answer is going to be accepted, and we're going to move on to Inca. So, Inca, you're going to be the active clock.
Okay. Ignore me. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. And because I paused for a second, I'm going to give you 1 second back as well, Samster, because I paused to consider that before pressing the button. And Panda's actually telling me 30.16, so not quite as much as a second, but I will give you that, and we will do this properly. Inca, we're going to restart. The clock is going to be on you, or your clock is going to be on 59.08 seconds left. Your time continues. Now, which two-word term refers to a sandwich made with 3 pieces of bread and also a traditional London bus?
Double-decker.
Correct. Samster, how many inches are there in a yard?
3.
36. Which Belfast-born classical actor played Dr. Lovelace in the 1999 West? It's Kenneth Branagh. The Channel Tunnel runs from Folkestone in the UK to which French town? Calais or Bologna? Correct. Inca, what name is given to a large mass of rock that slips down a mountain and also to an overwhelming electoral...
Landslide.
Correct. Samster, in the natural world, which animal lives in a formicary?
Bees.
No, it's ants. In which European country was the now retired tennis player John McEnroe born?
UK.
No, it's Germany. Which currency symbol is denoted by a capital W with 2 horizontal lines through it?
Pastrami.
1. South Korean 1. So there it is. It ended up being an academic stop, so it seems, but I wanted to do things properly because the stakes are massive in this game for the semi-final. Samster, I'm afraid your time has come after a mixed performance, a very strong start, weaker towards the end of the heats, but then an absolute blazing performance in this semi-final rather. It's not quite been enough to beat Inca. So unfortunately, Samster, your run ends here, but have you had a good time?
I've had a wonderful time. The better man won, and I'm proud of myself for getting this far, so I've got no complaints at all.
Good man. Good to hear. And thank you for being so... taking defeat with such gallantry there. It's always very good to see. Samster, we'll see you for Cryptex in a little bit, I'm sure, and hopefully in a future season of Face Off. But for now, your journey has come to an end.
Thanks for the tournament.
Pleasure. And that means, Inca, you are the champion of this semi-final. You will be going through to the final. You're the champion.
Oof.
Well played.
Thank you. I mean, I can only just think that, I feel slightly a fraud with that kind of. I don't think that margin of victory really reflects accurately on my opponents at all. They've been very great, and they had some great answers even tonight. But it's just, sometimes
how the
those
cards
spirals
fall.
can hit.
They can.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you did manage to avoid spirals pretty much most of the night. I think a spiral, we're defining as 3 or more consecutive wrong answers, in my mind, is how I define a spiral. And you're quite right, nobody walked into the semi-final. It was a tall order to get here, but you have emerged victorious, and so I don't want to take away from your own achievements here. Very, very well done. You are the 3rd player into the final, and I'm just going to look at the leaderboard. Yes, because you finished 3rd, Inca, on the leaderboard, you will definitely guaranteed now be on the 2nd podium. So this next face-off that we have a little bit later on tonight, whoever wins that face-off, doesn't matter who wins it, they will be on the 1st podium. So R equals AX theta, according to David, is what a spiral is. So I bow to superior knowledge, Your Grace. So Inca, you've got a week off now, but do come join us for some Cryptex if you fancy a bit more.
I absolutely will. Yeah, just a little bit of light resting.
A light rest in Cryptex.
Yes.
But of course, we will see you for the grand season finale and the grand final of Face Off Season 1 next weekend. Looking forward to it very much, and I will see you there.
Well, I'm delighted to be there. Thanks very much.
Take care.
See ya.
So, there ends the first of our 2 semi-finals after a couple of emergency stops, one where I went for a ruling on an answer and another where my dog decided she wanted to get involved after 20 heats of not getting involved. She's now getting involved. She's celebrating Inca's victory by having her special Hermione time with her pillow. Bless her. We're going to play Cryptex on that bombshell. And very, very many congratulations once again to Inca. Commiserations to the other semi-finalists. What a great performance, and I hope they're giving you a good show. But now, in the audience, it is your turn. We are going to be playing Jay White's question pack of Cryptex, so do stick around, and we will get on with that right after the credits. Congratulations again to Inca. You're through to the final. Welcome to Cryptex. Sorry, I forgot I had to switch the camera over for this game. I don't have an inbuilt camera on this one. So I'm up here now. Hello. Pencil and paper alert. Pencil and paper alert. No, wrong game. Let's get in the right move. Pencil and paper alert. If you want to play Cryptex, a pencil and paper is strongly, strongly recommended. This is only the third outing of Cryptex, so if you haven't played it before, there's no shame in that, because it's only the third outing. One of those was a pilot, and one of those was Happy Hour, which is... say historically, it's only been going about 6 weeks, but generally it's a difficult time of day, I think, for a lot of people, but weren't as many. So this is the first fixed version of Cryptex on a Saturday night. Klaxon is a trademark, it really is. I think I knew that. Possibly from QI. But yes, pencil and paper, strongly recommended for this game. It's sort of crosswords on steroids. And this question back from JY, of the two that we're playing tonight, the latter one from myself and 8Minky, this one I think is probably slightly harder. If we rate them out of 10, I would probably put this 6 or 7. Mine and 8Minky's maybe a 4 or a 5. It's got a couple, just so you're aware, a couple of cryptic clues in there as well, but they're generally quite simple cryptic clues that have the general clue there as well. So just a couple of extra things for you in here. If you're a seasoned crossword vet, I think you're going to have a really, really good time with this. And if you want to play Cryptex, you need to come and join the lobby. No, they're in word order, backwards alphabetical. They're all in the regular order. UYSJ is the code if you want to come play Cryptex. Come join the lobby. Oh, that's new. Adster, would you mind leaving the lobby? And then possibly leaving again, because I've not seen that happen before. Ever, I don't think. Not for a while. Yeah, Adster, if you could leave and then try and leave again and then come back. It's not your fault. I think it's probably joining too quick. There we go. Someone else has left. Still 2 Adsters here, though. Yeah, we can't have 2 Adsters. That will never do. Asda, could you pop the code in again? Please? Pretty please? It's somewhere. Well, you can whisper, you can type the code into the main chat window. No, it's just the code again, Adsta. Just type the code again. Focus on the right window. There you go. I don't know where I was focusing on then. Adsta, just out of idle curiosity, could you do it one more time? And then rejoin, just in case there's anything funny going on in the underside of it. I just want to completely clear it out and then back in. That would be grand. Sorry, I'm focusing so much on ads today. Ads has broken the lobby. It's probably my poor programming though. There you go. And then one more time, you can come back in now. Welcome to the game if you are coming to join. A lot of you in, 38 in so far. 39. Hello, Ash. Welcome to the stream. Lovely to see you. And there we go. There's just one adster. One adster is enough. Let me find something. Good idea. Paper is a good idea. So let me explain the conceit of the game first of all, for those of you who perhaps haven't played before or would like a quick reminder. Cryptex is a sort of crossword quiz style solving game. You will be given a clue, and the answer to the clue will comprise 8 letters of some answer. There are 3 rounds, 2 puzzles in the first round, 2 puzzles in the second, and 3 in the last. The subtle distinctions between the rounds vary from round to round, but the long and short of it is that if you're wrong, you can try again, and you can answer questions that were asked earlier in the puzzle, even after the question has gone from the screen. That's something that's very important to remember. And the sort of the nub, what's the word? USP, I suppose, if you're not at the game, is that each clue has got an index attached to it, and you need to take the letter that is in that index. So if the clue, for example, if the answer was, let's say, aardvark, and the index said 1, you need to take the first letter of that clue, and that feeds into a larger puzzle, which is what the Cryptex solution is, which you can solve at the end for extra bonus points if you can solve it. So you get points along the way, and certainly in the first couple of rounds, and then at the end, bonus points if you can actually crack the Cryptex. So if the clue was, again, aardvark, and the index was 8, you would need the K, which would go into the 8th slot. So the first letter would go into the first slot, the 8th letter into the 8th slot. And there are 8 clues that make up an 8-letter word. All of the Cryptex words, in fact, all of the words in this game, apart from in round 2, are real words. Round 2 is the answer smash game. So that's the long and short of how Cryptex works. All of your answers are whispered to Persephone's Twitch bot, and this is one of those weird games. Not weird, I like it. Once I've started it, I cannot stop the game. The game auto-runs from the moment I start round 1, and it runs for about 32 minutes. So if you need to go to the loo or anything, I recommend you do that now. There is a break in between each round of about a minute or so, while the rules for the following round are explained. But if you need to go to the loo, or if you need some pen and paper, I urge you to get some pen and paper. Really, really important. It's very going to be very handy to write things down, or Notepad++ or something, if that's your jam. So yeah, pen and paper strongly advised. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I'm going to put the Stream Deck back up there after all the insanity of Face Off. And a reminder that this has been written by JY. I personally would judge it around a 6 or 7 difficulty, but I'm not a particularly good crossword solver, so your mileage may vary, as the saying goes. So we've got 42 players, and very grateful to JY. It was actually, I have to say, it was a very well curated question pack. When it came to proof, and the only things I had to change were actually syntactical things rather than factual or spelling. So we're very, very grateful to JY for this, and I think only their second contribution to quiz packs on this channel, the other one being a risky business one. So thank you very much, JY, and do enjoy the fruits of your labours, or rather enjoy the community struggling with the fruits of your labours. I think that is probably long enough. I don't think we're going to get any more, but if you have missed the boat, or if you maybe just want to see what it's all about, we are going to be playing another game a little bit later on, so there will be another chance. So for you 42, and as ever, keep your eye for the penny bonus, which will come up at some point. I've started automating that system today, and I can't wait till it's done, but more on that in due course. 42 of you, let's go to the Cryptex wall. Okay, I'm going to get a quick vape, because I won't be able to once I press the go button again. So round 1, you'll be presented with 2 puzzles. Each puzzle is about 3 minutes or so long. Each puzzle will have 8 clues, and the answer to each clue will be 8 letters long, as I explained previously. Submit your answers to each clue by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot, as you usually do. Wrong game, Chris Hendrickson. There is a pyramid now. Each correct answer will earn you 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeated correct answers will cost you 1 point. Each clue will be shown for 20 seconds before being replaced by the next one, but you may submit previous clues at any point before the final 20 seconds, even if the clue is no longer displayed. So if you have a sudden brainwave on clue 5 about what clue 1 was, you can go back and put clue 1 in, that's no problem. Here's the crux of the game. Each clue will have an index shown in square brackets. This index represents the letter from the current clue that forms part of the Cryptex solution. So, for example, if the answer to the clue is aardvark and the index is 4, the 4th letter of the Cryptex will be D. That's the bit you need pen and paper for. You need to type in your aardvark answer and then make a note of the letter D in the 4th slot. If you've got like a Scrabble sort of grid of 8 letters in front of you, you can write that in there. That's how I like to play it as well. If you're not sure of a clue, you can always write down some helps for the clue and see if maybe that will help you out later on. If you don't want to actually risk typing the clue, you might want to actually just make a note of it in case it helps you get the Cryptex later on. You don't have to solve all 8 to solve the Cryptex, which you can do during the final 20 seconds of the puzzle. You won't be able to submit any further clues, but you will be able to submit your solution to the Cryptex. You may only attempt to solve the Cryptex once. Submitting the correct Cryptex solution will earn you 20 points. The incorrect Cryptex solution will cost you 10. You do not have to play the Cryptex, so if you've only solved 4 clues and for whatever reason you're not able to work it out from that because there's no other clue except that it's a real word, if you can't work it out from those 4 clues, you don't have to play. But if you've got 6 of them and you think, I think it looks like it's that, maybe give it a go. 20 points if you're right, lose 10 if you're wrong on that Cryptex, and you only get 1 attempt. And as it says there, you are not penalised for abstaining. Do not attempt to solve the cryptex prior to the final 20 seconds of the puzzle. So you might, after the first 6 clues, have a pretty solid idea of what you think the cryptex is. Do not attempt to solve it until the last 20 seconds. Otherwise, this will result in your submitted solution being treated as an incorrect clue answer and cost you 1 point. There will be a 10-second break, during which no answers will be processed between the final clue being displayed and you being able to submit the cryptex solution. As ever with these games, watch the chat. Keep your eye on Persephone's Twitch bot, because she is king. Chat is king, and when the question is in there, you're able to do it. And when it says 20 seconds and 10 seconds, that's what you want to be basing it on, rather than necessarily what you're seeing on the stream. I'm spending a lot of time explaining these instructions. Round 2 and 3 are similar. You won't have as long. There'll be about a minute of these rules being explained. Only answers of exactly 8 characters will be processed. Shorter or longer answers, or answers not submitted to the bot, will not be processed. Surely she is queen. You're right, DC Simmons. And again, you're encouraged to use a pen or paper to assist you in this game. Once I press the go button, it'll be about 28 minutes. I think 28:32, something like that. The game will begin and I will not be able to stop it. The very best of luck to you all. Thank you again to Jay White, and do have fun with Cryptex. It's time for round 1, puzzle 1. Let's reset the Cryptex. So, first clue of the evening. A family group of prairie dogs within a colony. The first letter is the first letter of the Cryptex. No one having a go on this one. Okay. Third next, Waxmaker, starring an NBC sitcom running 1994 to 2004. Third letter of this is the third letter of the Cryptex. Clive, the first one to get points on the board. Spelling is very important. There is no spell checker on this. You must be exactly right. Tricky Star. A high carotenoid diet gives this animal its characteristic appearance. All these answers are 8 letters long. A few more answers coming in now. British daily newspaper, DC Comics superhero, or Greek Medusa? You want the 4th letter. People are starting to get some points ticking in. Remember, you don't have to solve every single clue in order to have a go at the Cryptex later on, though it helps the more you have. A second chance in a stew or in golf? Okay, here we go then. Archaic brothers, sometimes in a religious order. 7th letter of this is the 7th letter of the Cryptex. Sixth letter now. To concentrate, especially liquids like milk. 6th letter is the 6th letter of the Cryptex. Cryptex is going to be opening soon, or submissions for the Cryptex is going to be opening soon. So, make sure you're ready. You don't have to attempt it. A reminder, an animal that is uselessly expensive gift if white. 8th letter is the 8th letter of the Cryptex. A few more correct answers coming in here. Okay, 10 seconds to check your answers, and then 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. It's a real word. Is anyone going to get it? 20 if you get it right, 10 if lose 10 if you get it wrong. You do not have to play it. 3 people, Clive, Innis, Apodo, now Shapes and Dev have solved the Cryptex. Only the 5 anymore. Aluziz had a go and got it wrong. Lingo has solved the Cryptex. Anyone else? That is time up. Cryptex was clarinet. The answers. Oh. I've got an out of range exception. That's a problem. What's happening there? Oh, that's a real problem. 1 sec. It may be salvageable. Let's take a look at where that error has come from. Display all answers. Answer for round, question order, IJ, Dr. String. Answers for round, question order. What is answers for round? I'm keeping calm and carrying on. Answers for round is just a list string, and it's on round 1. Where is round 1? Stand by. Is it called round 1? Is it called round ONE? Type round 1. ONE. Oh, bloody hell, where are you? Oh, R1 maybe. Question order 10, current question 9, family group of... I'm not sure why that's crashed there. Let me press on pause and see what happens. Oh no. Well, the Cryptex has stopped. I know what the problem is. Coterie is only 7 letters long. How have I missed that? Right. Coterie's only got 7 letters. Yeah. That's why. And I don't think it's going to be able to carry on from there. What a pain. I'm really sorry that I've missed that improving. I could change it to Coteries, but I don't know that I can. I think I'm going to have to restart the game now. I can't jump start it from here. That's a real pain. On the other hand, the rest of the answers haven't been revealed. Only the answer to the Cryptex has been revealed so far. So if you want to play good sportsmanship, we could just do that round again. Give you a second pass at it. Because yeah, you've only seen the first answer. It's all right, Joe. I should have caught that in proofing. That's a silly oversight on me. I could screenshot everyone's score. The thing is, I can't edit the scores afterwards. So I'm going to just use the honour system here a little bit, I think. I think that's the best way to get around this. I'm really sorry that this is broken. I won't spend as much time waffling to get here next time. What I am going to do, though, first of all, is just fix this error. Let me just head over to the Be Right Back screen. Hang on. I'll keep talking to you, though. Let me just fix this error. It's going to be Unity Project, Cryptex, Assets, Trivia. I'm not showing all the answers. No, I'll be right back. J White. Yeah, so that one's put an S on the end. I'm just going to double check that all of the other ones have got 8 letters. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And they don't need to be 8 because that's the last round. Fine. Right. 1 letter broke the game. Oni has an okay idea. What's Oni's okay idea? What's your okay idea, Oni? 3 in 1 round, you can take 1. Oh! That's not a bad idea. I would have to construct it together, which will take me a couple of minutes. If you're happy to do... In fact, yes, because you gave me a spare round, didn't you, Oni? All right, give me a sec to do that. And Jay White, I hope you don't mind, because yes, there's a spare round, and I haven't processed this yet either. It's in the to be processed pile. That's a really neat idea. Thank you very much, Alex, for letting us do that. Because you made it under the old school format, yeah, where there were 3 rounds. It's cool. If everyone just stays calm, then we'll get a fresh first round, and then the rest will be Jay White. So, Oni to the rescue here. 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. Yep, that checked out. Right. Let me go to my JSON editor and just extract the bits that I need here. Let's go new, paste. Good, that checks out. So let's take this shell here. And the answers up to the comma. Copy. Let's get J White's pack in, which will be in a folder which I haven't got open. Unity projects, Cryptex, assets, trivia, J White 17th of April. Let's drag that into there and replace that with that. Still passing. Copy and reopen, repaste, resave, close, close, close. Thank you very much, Oni. You've saved the day there. That was a grand idea. I will say, if there's another error, I have just done a quick scan to see that everything is 8. If there's another one that comes up, I'll be getting involved in a round. I'll be sitting this one out and watching with pen and paper what's coughing around. I mean, if you like, Oni, if you were in that last game, I mean, I trust you enough. I don't want to exclude you from the game. I will give you an extra author penny bonus, though, for using this one as well. What I would say, if you can remember your score from the last round, I would say play the honour system on this first round and get back to the score that you had by hook or by crook. I don't want to exclude you because the rest of it you don't know, so that should all be good. Right, question decompiler. Let's just double check and triple check J White. Yeah, that all looks okay, and it looked like the rest had 8. Right, okay, small error. Apologies, thank you for sticking around. Let's get back to business. Style points. That's a good way to do it. Thank you for the 100 bits, Zeus. Team problem solving. I've actually still got notifications paused, which is probably a good thing in this game in case a load of stuff comes through. But team problem solving, very, very grateful for all the 100 bits there, Zeus. Thank you very much. And enormous thanks to Oni for saving the day. And apologies, J White, that I didn't catch that because that's on me for proofing that. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to everyone else for pausing the game. I'm not going to waste any more time by waxing lyrical about it now. Let's get going. And the beauty of this is that it's not ruined Oni's question pack because, like we said, Oni submitted this under the old system where there were still 3 puzzles in each round. Yeah, there's still a full Cryptex pack from Oni still sitting there. Replay round, questions vetted. Yeah, very, very fast fact check of this. I think there were 42 in last time. Looks like we've got 39, so I'll give it a couple more minutes. Oh, Samster in there twice. Are you? Where? I don't see Samster in there twice. I only see one Samster. Oh, don't do that. When we have a little glitch out, I get scared. Samster. 4 Samsters. Right, I'm gonna let it get to 42 because that's where we were at last time. I want to give everyone a chance to get back in. Again, apologies for that. These things occasionally creep through from time to time. Yeah, one of those things. So yeah, round 1 is not brand new. So half of round 1 is new because there's 2 puzzles in each round. So round 1, puzzle 1 is new. Round 1, puzzle 2 goes back to J White's original submission. Right, 41. I'm assuming that one player didn't want to stick around for the delay, which is fair enough, I guess. Right, let's get back to business. Let's go to the Cryptex wall. Essentially a new game. Yeah, except it's all J White's questions. So, apart from this first puzzle, let's go there now. Right, I'm not going to explain all the rules again. You know the drill. I've explained it once. Ooh, that is really quite juddery on stream, isn't it? Not sure what's going on there. You're right, Chris M. Dixon. One of the answers was mulligan. So you've got another you've got a mulligan on this puzzle right here. That's the long and short of it. You're ready. Is it smooth on your end? Oh, fair enough. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, the golf one was mulligan. Holding yourself to 4 questions. All right, then, Oni. Good man. Right, there's the rules. I'm going to start it off. Let's get back into this, and hopefully we'll have all 8-letter answers from here on out until we get to round 3 at least. Let's get going. Reset the Cryptex. Banksy's artistic medium. 3rd letter. There we go. Cluedo has 6 of them. Eighth letter goes into the 8th slot of your Cryptex. English milk-based dessert. 4th letter goes into the 4th slot of the Cryptex. ...1940 Disney film. 6th letter goes into the 6th slot of the Cryptex. Remember, you can answer clues that have been and gone. Mode of transport and circus skill. This is the problem with self-running games. Once it starts, it's all running inside one coroutine, and once it goes, that's well, it's not quite one coroutine, but to be charged with a crime. 2nd letter goes into the 2nd slot of the Cryptex. Welcome, Abe. Lovely to have you here. New Zealand's most populous city. 1st letter goes into the 1st slot of the Cryptex. We've got one more clue. Language of the Vedic texts. 7th letter goes into the 7th slot of the Cryptex. That sting means that this is your last clue. Scores look somewhat comparable to before, I'm not going to lie. So, 10 seconds to check your answers, and then 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. Are you going to manage it? Good luck. -10 if you're wrong, no penalty for abstaining. Few players are taking on this Cryptex. A few have got it wrong, but quite a lot of players have got it right. Let's have a look. The Cryptex solution was analysis. The answer is Banksy's artistic medium was graffiti. Cluedo has 6 of them. That's suspects. English milk-based dessert was syllabub. Well done if you got that one. The 1940 Disney film was Fantasia, from where we got the S. Mode of transport and circus skill is unicycle, from where we got the Y. To be charged with a crime is to be indicted, which is where we got the N. New Zealand's most populous city is Auckland, from where we got the A. And the language of the Vedic text is Sanskrit, from where we got the I. That's the end of puzzle 1. Thank you very much to Oni for that substitute. Innes is in the lead. Puzzle 2 starts straight away. We're back with Jay White. Let's reset the Cryptex. And we're back in with Jay White. Latin phrase denoting seriousness or legitimacy in business. This is 2 words, but they're without the space. 4th letter goes into the 4th slot. Place where one was sent to be ostracised in the 18th century. Third letter goes into the third slot. Triple time Spanish dance is also a joke. This is one of those cryptic ones I mentioned. And we go. Adopter of the liberal arts in the 16th century. 8th letter goes into the 8th slot. A lot of points being lost. Airlos Danlos, premenstrual, or downs, for example. First letter goes in the first slot. Lots of green on this one. A bird representing extravagant vanity and narcissism. 7th letter goes into the 7th slot of the cryptex. A couple of people getting some older ones. One temple for all the deities. 2nd letter goes into the 2nd slot. And your final clue, The Blank. Title of 2015 blockbuster about a fur trading expedition. 5th letter going into the 5th slot. And 10 seconds to check and have a look, see if you can work out the cryptex. Innes has got the first 4. Is that going to be enough? 20 points if you can, minus 10 if you can't. No penalty for abstaining. Can you solve the cryptex? Proves is wrong. Zeus and Shapes are right. Dev is wrong. Innes is wrong. Claire is right. Samster's right. Correct answer to the cryptex solution was Savannah. Latin phrase denoting serious or legitimacy in business was bona fide. Place where one was sent to be ostracised was Coventry. Triple time Spanish dance was also a joke is fandango. Adopter of the liberal arts was the polymath, from where we've got the H. Airlos Danlos, premenstrual or downs, is syndrome, from where we've got the S. A bird representing extravagant vanity was a popinjay, from where we got the A. One temple for all the deities, that's a pantheon, from where we got the other A. And the 2015 blockbuster film was The Revenant, from where we got the N. That's the end of puzzle 2, and that's the end of round 1. Zeus in the lead with 89, Samster second with 79, Shapes in third with 77. Now let's go on to round number 2. Stretch your brain a lot. Good to hear, Claire. Good to hear. So round 2, you've got about a minute to read this. Presented with 2 puzzles again, 8 clues, and the answer to each will be 2 concatenated words totaling 8 letters. At least 2 of the letters of the words will overlap. For example, brain and inlet becomes brainlet. Submit your answers to each clue by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. Again, each correct answer will get you 5, each wrong one will cost you 1. Shown for 20 seconds before being replaced with the next, but you can answer previous clues even if they're no longer displayed. As before, you'll be shown an index which forms part of the cryptex solution, and again, the cryptex solution will be a real word, so jot it down. It doesn't necessarily come from the overlapping portion of the clues. During the final 20 seconds of the puzzle, you will not be able to submit any further clue answers, but you will be able to submit your solution to the cryptex as before. 20 if you get it right, lose 10 if you're wrong, but you are not obligated to try. And again, don't attempt to solve the cryptex prior to the last 20 seconds. You get 10 points to review, 10 seconds to review your answers before the final 20 seconds begin. Get your pen and paper ready. I'm going to grab another beer very quickly. This is the other problem with games that can't stop. Bring the bottle opener with me as well. Okay. Round 2, puzzle 1. Here we go. concluding tale, especially in music, smashed together with the visible soul animal companions in Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials. A few people getting this one. Do you have a think about that one? You could come back to it later on. Chemical bond with partial changes, storage room for food, sometimes at a summit. The first index. I remember with this one, even if you don't manage to get the clues, you might know half of the clue and be able to note that for your Cryptex solution. So you don't have to answer the clues, but it could still be useful information in getting to solve the Cryptex a bit later on. Cryptocurrency reward system, otherwise a TAP, smashed together with the Sicilian volcano said to house Hephaestus's forges. You're on the 6th letter. Girl's name that sounds like a nickname, smashed together with the spacing between printed letters. 4th index. It's a very quiet round. StarCraft Biomatter or debut 1992 Radiohead song smashed together with a flexible resin used to coat and adhere. There's a few answers coming in now. On we go. Naruto, for example, smashed together with a brand of cake. Or is it a biscuit? 5th index is what you want. So remember, even if you don't know the full clue, you could still be getting hints towards the Cryptex solution. A raid or attempt to, smashed together with sunglasses, genuine since 1937. You want the 2nd index. A shaped mass of food, idling, smashed together with to state positively. 7th index, this is your final clue. Not many solved there. Have there been enough to solve the Cryptex? Is anyone going to solve it? Remember, you lose 10 if you're wrong. 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. Innes has got it. M. Clemson's got it wrong. Dogfish has got it. And it's just the 3 players attempting this one. The solution to the Cryptex was podiatry. Codaemon. I'm trying to read them all. Pollarda. Forsetna. Monikern. Creepoxy. Ninjatha. Foraban. And the final clue. Lowerfern. It's the end of puzzle 3. Tricky round. Innes in the lead now with 95. Zeus in second with 94. Dogfish in third with 91. Let's reset the Cryptex. Another answer smash. Here we go. Basketball star Blank Johnson or Tatum movie Blank Mike smashed together with liquid in the veins of Greek deities. You want the 3rd letter. People getting this one. Arranged to be parallel, smashed together with Microsoft's annual IT conference. A type of mottled kidney-shaped legume smashed together with the law of God revealed to Moses in Judaism. you can be keeping notes of ones that have come earlier. Central feature of the Angolan flag with a cogwheel, smashed together with drink traditionally made from Camellia sinensis. All quiet on the western wall. Part of the Bible, or the end of the world, smashed together with blank up seas or wonders. Okay, another clue. The world of C.S. Lewis's Chronicles, smashed together with the Othello and Aladdin antagonist. Or an Othello and Aladdin antagonist, I probably should say. A few more solves coming in here. Royal headband and Ravenclaw relic, smashed together with Baby Bunton of Spice Girls. And the final clue, Parisian building d'Orsay, for example, smashed up with strange and spooky east side of the Great Lake. Okay, that is just about time up for clues, so 10 seconds to review what you've got. Is it enough to help you crack this Cryptex? 20 seconds to solve it. 20 points if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. Dev is in early and wrong. Clive is in and wrong. Podenwaver's in and right. Samster, Shapes, Ardenfet, Lingo, ABMe, all correct. Clive, Proves, Dev, Itzotli, Ash, Hodders, all wrong. Keshi's getting it in the nick of time. The solution was vignette. Answers: magical, alignite, pentora, machetia, verse 7, Narniago, diadema, and museri. That is the end of puzzle 4 and the end of round 2. Samster in the lead with 139, Shapes in second with 127, Innis in third with 115 now. Round 3 is a little bit different. Lingo working it out from just 4. Round 3, presented with 3 puzzles, each with a category. The puzzles will have 8 clues of varying lengths and will be shown for 15 seconds before being replaced by the next one, so slightly less time. Each clue will have an index as before. This index represents a letter from the current clue. That is, so for example, if the answer is mouse and the index is 2, the second letter of the Cryptex will be O. Most importantly here, do not submit your answers to these clues. Instead, you may submit the Cryptex solution at any time. For each clue that is revealed, 5 points will be deducted from the point bank. You may only attempt to solve the Cryptex once. Submitting the correct Cryptex solution will earn you the amount of points currently in the bank. Submitting an incorrect Cryptex solution will earn you points equal to the number of letters in your submission that are correct. So, if you know 3 of them and it's the end of the game, you might as well have a go. And if you're wrong, you get a point for every letter that is right. If you solve it, you get points equal to what's in the bank. Again, only answers of exactly 8 characters are processed. Shorter or longer are not. So, 3 puzzles in this, but it is a faster round. And you can submit at any time, but only once. 55 points starting in the bank. The category is colour. Notice the sped up music. Colour. So don't submit the answers to these clues, just write them down. Write down the indices that you need, and these will not all have 8 letters. Capital of Indian state Rajasthan, founded by Maharaja Sawai Jai Singh. 6 letters long. You want the 4th letter of this. Do not submit this answer, just make a note of the 4th letter. That goes in the 4th slot of the Cryptex. Scottish Seal Cantilever Bridge spanning Firth near Edinburgh with 5 letters. You want the 5th letter, the last letter of this, goes in the 5th slot of the Cryptex. 45 points in the bank. You're after a colour. Down to 40 points. Tropical American rodent like a tailless squirrel with 6 letters. You want the 6th letter. Samster solving the Cryptex and getting 40 points. A very impressive display. Samster's got this first puzzle. Mexican artist of surrealist self-portraits, 5 letters long. This is the 2nd letter. Remember, you're after a colour. Theresa May's maiden surname, 7 letters. You want the last letter. The 7th letter goes into the 7th slot of the Cryptex. 30 points in the bank. Samster still the only one to have solved so far. Branch of Orthodox Christianity historically associated with Egypt with 6 letters. Zeus is now solved for 25 points. Claire is solved for 25 points. Chemical responsible for colour in dandelions, apricots and lobster shells. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Hodders is now solved. 20 points in the bank if you can solve now. It is solving. To pick out the best, 6 letters. This could be a key letter for you. It's the first letter of the colour. If Frontery has not solved, 15 points in the bank. If you can solve it now. It's somebody's got there. 10 seconds, you might as well give this a go. 15 seconds rather, 10 points in the bank. Give it a go. Even if you're not sure, just get some points for the letters that you have got. Dogfish has got there. DC Simmons has got there. It was Sapphire. Sapphire. Remember, when it gets to the end of the Cryptex, you might as well have a go because you get points for every letter that you have got correct. 55 points if you can solve it based on cartoon. That's 50 points. Child Prodigy and Music Wonder. 6 letters. This is the first letter. First letter goes in the first letter of the Cryptex. If you can solve now, it's worth 50 points. Nope, down to 45. Finnish composer of... And Shapes has had a go and got it wrong. Finnish composer of Kalevala, who shares name with Music Score Writer program, 8 letters. You want the 2nd letter. There's the first couple of solves. Innes and Jay Turner getting a massive 45 points. Literally not a spot to be seen. Perfection, 10 letters. And we're going in order at the moment. 4th letter of the Cryptex. Sorry, 3rd letter of the Cryptex. A few more solves coming in now. And we're going to the end now. King of Mesopotamia, Ash now solving in acclaimed epic. 9 letters, you want the 8th. Innes has just nudged into the lead. Samster still not solved yet. Big Man Aaron has just solved. Brand of Baby Cupid figurines often found on mayonnaise bottles. 6 letters, you want the 4th. 30 points in the point bank at the moment if you can solve. No, we dropped to 25. American state nicknamed the Prairie State or Land of Lincoln with 8 letters. There's a couple more solves coming. I think that was brand new Halo solving there. And it's penny bonus time. Whisper to the bot if you want a penny bonus. Purple Red Flower, also known as Lady's Eardrop. 7 letters, you want the 5th. There's another solve. Samster's got there. 199 points now. 15 seconds. 15 points. This is your last clue. Drug lord that Bowler is aiming at. 7 letters. You want the 7th. That's all your clues. 10 seconds now. You might as well have a go. Get some points while you can, even if you've only got a couple of them. And that's it. It was Simpsons. Simpsons cartoon. So Samster's still in the lead, but not by a lot. Let's go to the final puzzle. It's a country. 8-letter country. 55 points if you can solve it now. Samster leads Innes by 19 points. And then there's a bit of a gap down to Zeus. 134. A bit of a grudge match going on here, Samster and Innes. Okay, your first clue. Revolving tool used in engraving, slitting between stamps and gambling. 8 letters long, you want the 2nd. 50 points in the bank if you can solve it now. Ukrainian peninsula annexed by Russia in 2014 with 7 letters. You want the 7th. A few more wrong answers coming in here. People trying to get the big points. We're down to 40 points in the bank. A mixture of parts, especially mercury, to create a whole 7 letters long. Government formed by priests and members of the clergy with 10 letters. You want the 8th. 35 points in the bank if you can solve it now. When can a jug throw? When it's a what? 7 letters, you want the 3rd. Is there enough information yet to solve the Cryptex? It's a country you're after. 30 points if you can solve it now. American William Cody was better known as Blank Bill. 7 letters. This is going to give you the first letter. Could be a big help. 25 points to Hodders and a few others now solving the Cryptex. Military officials gathering. 7 letters. You want the 4th. Now the top of the game is sealed. We're down to 15 points. A chicken's way of complaining. With 6 letters, you want the 5th. This is the last clue you're going to get, so give it a guess to get some final points. And 15 seconds to solve the Cryptex. 10 seconds, 10 points in the point bank. Was Botswana. Botswana was the country we were after there. That is the end of the game, and after all that, Samster is the winner. With 219 points. Very well played, Samster, pushing Innis into second with 200 points, and in third, We Like Shapes with 153. Good game all round. Good game. As I said, yeah, DC Sims, it was a tough pack. It was definitely a tougher pack than I think the last one we played. But I think that can be good. It's good to have a bit of variety, and everyone finishing with points, which is a good thing. Everyone finishing in the positives. So let me give some pennies out. So first of all, Jay White, thank you very much for that pack. That is 2 author pennies you've got now. And Oni as well, thank you for coming to save the day with that one. We will see the whole of Oni's pack another time. But 6 author credits now for Oni getting an author credit right there. Let's give some winning points as well. Oops, wrong tab. Let's go, what are we? Cryptex. So, Samster winning the game and is going to get 3 pennies for being our victor. First gold medal here in Cryptex. Very, very nice, Samster. Innis taking the silver medal with 200 points. That's your second silver medal in Cryptex, Innis. Still yet to get the gold, but all in good time, I'm sure. And We Like Shapes, very, very respectable bronze medal. First medal placement in Cryptex, which is to be expected because we've only played it 3 times. So that was the first game of Cryptex, and thank you very much to Jay White and, of course, to Oni as well for coming to save the day there. Really nice pack, Innis, right up your street. Thanks, very many thanks to Jay White for that. Like I say, a bit of a tough pack, I thought, but hopefully good fun all the same. We are going to have another game of Cryptex a bit later on. I'll give you brains, or give almost all but 4 of you your brains a chance to mellow out. And then we will play another Cryptex pack written by myself and 8Minky. I think the next one is a little easier than the one we just had, but again, you guys can be the judges of that. I'll add the bonus pennies on in the morning. Like I say, I'm currently constructing a system that the penny is going to automatically update, or as close as that I can manage with my very primitive skills. But before we play that next one, and there's a noise, well, it's not a noise, but Topper, thank you very much for the resubscription. I will unmute notifications at some point. Maybe after the next face-off game. So if you're in the next face-off game, which is, I see Brig's been there from the start of Cryptex, sitting, waiting patiently. Thank you for your punctuality there, Brig. I also need a Benz J, a Proogs, and a Keshi head. Make your ways down to the green room, and we will play the second of tonight's semi-final game. of Face Off. And then there's going to be another game of Cryptex, which will be fun. So, thank you very much. Thanks again to Jay White. Congratulations to Samster. I need to set up the game, so I'll probably play a track. I'll just go and check on the Bambino as well. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Apologies that I haven't updated the credits yet. I will make sure I do that. Probably not before the next game, because the next game's going to be in like half an hour, but before it's next on stream. Okay, thanks, bye. Stay there, I'll be right back.
Show love, I'ma show it back. If the catch is too small, I'ma throw it back. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. Alright, yeah, let's do that again. If they show love, I'ma show it back. If the catch is too small, I'ma throw it back. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. Alright, yeah, let's get into it. A lot of things have happened since we last spoke. Like smash hopes, half empty, now this glass is broke. And I'm the captain of this crash boat. So when it's time to sink and swim, I always choose to do the back float. I know that not a lot of humans are as sharp as I am. My modesty's my greatest quality, it's not, I'm lying. I know I'm only just alright with this art of rhyming. No, I'm not applying myself, in fact I'm hardly trying. But just imagine what would happen if I stuck to rapping, man. I'd probably have a helicopter and a couple mansions with some guard dogs and a bunch of fans they love attacking. Probably not, but it's fun to imagine. Hey yo, I can't complain at where I'm at, I'm just happy to be here. I'd be ecstatic if we happen to have a repeat here. Thanks to Pro Leader, I'm rapping the heaters while passing the reefer, man, that's what I call having a breather. If they show love, I'ma show it back. If the catch is too small, I'ma throw it back. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. It's your story, so frame it how you wanna frame it. I get the picture, but that doesn't mean I've gotta hang it. I used to be a Mormon saying things like gosh and dang it. Now I'm trying to rap while I act like I don't wanna make it. So fuck a record deal. I only say that cause they haven't made the offer yet. I'm confident they never will. My only competition is myself from the year previous. It's clear to me I have to fear greediness and steer clear from that media hype and devious types. I'm booking my Expedia flights immediately. That's right, I'm leaving tonight to find some peace on the beaches where I'm needing to write. So fly me to France, I think it's time my life is enhanced. Teach me all about fashion, let's go buy me some pants. There might be a chance that I finally find some romance with the fly little mommy who invites me to dance. Come on. So if she shows love, I'ma show it back. But if that catch is too small, I'ma throw it back. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that. So if they show love, I'ma show it back. If the catch is too small, I'ma throw it back. I've done a lot, but I ain't got a lot to show for that.
Sorry about the false start there, everyone on stream. I've just remembered I need to switch the camera off in OBS because this one has got a built-in camera. So let's go game with cam, flush cam, deactivate. Okay, and back to be right back. Back to studio mode off, and now we should be good. Welcome back to the second of tonight's semi-finals of Face Off Season 1. All four of the contestants are sat awaiting nervously in the wings of the arena, so without any further ado, I think I should probably put them out of their misery and bring them onto the stage. We have got in this second Face Off tonight Benzie, our 22-year-old online content creator from upstate New York in the USA. We've got Brig Bother, our 39-year-old library assistant from Cambridge in the UK. We've got Peter, our 42-year-old stage and event lighting guy from Manchester in the UK. And we've got Keshi, our 37-year-old carer from Halifax in West Yorkshire. To all four of you, good evening and welcome.
Hiya.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you all here. So, I'll do the same thing I did in the last semi-final. Let's go through the stats. Benzie, starting with yourself. 8 points is what you finished up with in the league, and your results were third, first, and then pulling the first out of the bag in your last heat there. 55 out of 123 questions correct. That's 45%. 5.5 second question rate. 12.3 second for the correct rate. So again, I think you're in the habit of passing very quickly if you know you're not going to know. As about your history with the opponents here, against Brig, you finished third, which a heat that Brig won. You finished third against Peter, who finished second in that heat. You finished third against Keshi, who finished first in that heat. You did break a third place streak with a win last week, which is one of the things that's gotten you here this evening. How are you feeling?
Oh,
As good as that. Okay.
Few words.
Few words. Well, we'll say.
It's certainly great to be here.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here. We will save those words. Hopefully those words will find themselves when we get to the arena shortly. Very best of luck to you tonight, Benzie. And facing off against Benzie is Brig. Good evening, Brig.
Hiya.
Your track record, 9 points in the league. First, second, third. So it seems to have been going gradually downhill, but hopefully, I'm assuming you're looking to amend that trend this evening. Hit rate 110 out of 176. That's a 63% hit rate. Quite fast on both question and correct question rate. 4.8 seconds for questions. 4.88 I should say. 7.81 seconds your average correct answer rate. You finished first against Benzie in heat 4, and first against Peter, who was second in that heat, and third against Keshi, who interesting to note, did not go on to win that heat, actually came second. You're the fastest answerer of the set of players that we've got in here tonight. How are you feeling in this matchup?
Yeah, okay. I mean, literally anyone can win this one. I think it's fair to say I've not been quite so mentally sharp for the last couple of heats, but I'm feeling all right tonight. So, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
We will indeed. The very best of luck to you, Brig. And facing off against Benzie and Brig is Peter. Good evening, Peter.
Hello there.
11 points is where you finished in the league. You got a bit of a run going on with a second, then a first, and then it dropped to third. 107 out of 178, that's a 60% accuracy rating. 5.29 seconds your average question answer time, but 9.02 your average correct answer time. You finished second against Benzie, who finished third, second against Brig, who finished first, and second against Keshi, who also finished first. You've been second against all of the opponents opponents here, and you're the player who's received the most questions out of this group. How do those stats make you feel?
All I can say is I'll echo what Brig said, and it's sort of anyone's game here. I mean, yeah, I lost to Brig, I think, in my first match, but with Keshi we had that back and forth in the final.
I remember it.
Which could have gone either way, and it went not my way.
As it happened, yeah.
But frankly, we'll see what happens, and I'll just hope for the best, I think.
Well, wish you the very best of luck, Peter. And facing off against Benzie, Brig, and Peter is Keshi. Good evening, Keshi.
Good evening, Dan.
13 points in the league, 4th place overall. Your results: 3rd, 1st, 1st, 2nd, 2nd. So after a slightly shaky start, which I think was maybe more due to microphone problems, you've been pretty consistent. 102 out of 174, that's a 59% hit ratio. 5.6 seconds your correct answer hit. 5.6 is your all answers average rate. 9.39 is your correct answer average. You finished 1st against Benzie back in Heat 5 when Benzie came 3rd. 2nd against Brig, as we heard earlier on when Brig came 3rd in Heat 16. And you did end up beating Peter in a final. Peter coming 2nd, you coming 1st in Heat 11 in that back and forth that we had. I have got a note here that you have defeated each of the opponents here in previous matchups. You've beaten them all before, or you've certainly placed higher than them in previous matches. Is that going to happen again tonight?
It's a different game, different questions. As I've been saying all along, it's just going to be how they fall. If they're kind to me like they have been in previous games, then okay. But if they're anything like I got when I faced Ralph, then yeah.
Could be an exit. Well, we will see, and we wish you the best of luck, Keshi, and all 4 of you as well. And of course, as you know, this is a curated question set that I've gone through and semi-hand-picked. Have all been verified by Panda in advance of tonight, to whom I'm very grateful. And it is a semi-final, which means only one of you can progress, and the winner of this game will go into the first slot of the final, as we knew from the last game. Inca winning the last game will go in the 2nd slot. Ralph is going to be in 3rd, and Toot is going to be in 4th. That final is going to be next week, and one of you will be there. Who remains to be seen, and there's only one way to find out. Let's go to the face-off arena. Okay, Benzie, because you finished in the lowest position in the league, you have got the honour of going first. You've each got 60 seconds on your clock, and you all know the drill by now. The very best of luck to all 4 of you. Benzie is starting us off, and just before we do, though, I'm just going to maximise my inspector, because I don't want to realise I haven't done that halfway through the round, so now I can read the questions. Good luck, Benzie. Your time starts. Now, Benzie, Sea King and Sea Hawk are both designs of what type of military aircraft?
Plane.
No, it's a helicopter. What work evoking the countryside is the nickname of Beethoven's 6th Symphony?
Pass.
It's the Pastoral. Which actor, better known as Ant-Man in the MCU, played Phoebe's husband Mike in Friends?
Ryan Reynolds.
That's Paul Rudd. Which association runs the Nations League football competition?
International Rugby Union.
No, it's UEFA. In which English university city are the Radcliffe Camera and Radcliffe Infirmary?
Pass.
It's Oxford. Which US actress, better known for her dancing, won an Oscar for her role in the 1940
Pass.
film Ginger Rogers? The tropical American plant popular in houses owing to its large natural holy leaves.
Pass.
It's Swiss cheese plant. Which comedian directed the 1989 film The Tall Guy? Mel Smith?
Mel Smith.
Correct. Brig, a collection of fairy tales by Charles Perrault appeared in English with the title Tale from Mother Who?
Russia.
Goose. The Windward Passage is a strait that separates Haiti and which large Caribbean island?
Jamaica.
Cuba. Good Morning Baltimore, You Can't Stop the Beat, and I Can Hear the Bells are songs from which film musical?
Pass.
Hairspray. In skiing, the name of which type of race derives its name from the Norwegian for sloping tracks?
Mogul.
Slalom. Which part of the body is also the name of a punctuation mark?
Colon.
Correct. Peter, what bee is both a word for a male deer and a slang term for a dollar?
Buck.
Correct. Keshi, in the TV series Doctor Who, which vehicle is used by the Doctor to travel through... Correct. Benzie, Eamon de Valera was Premier of which country?
Ireland.
Correct. Brig, which country, no longer in existence, had the national anthem Unbreakable Union of Freeborn Republics? It's the Soviet Union. In the children's TV programme Bagpuss, was Gabriel a newt or a toad?
Toad.
Correct. Peter, in the human body, triceps and quadriceps are examples of what sort of tissue?
Muscles.
Correct. Keshi, what T is the name for an armoured fighting vehicle that travels on articulate... Correct. Benzie, who is the current question master of the TV comedy quiz show QI?
Sammy Toxic.
Correct. Brig, a hogshead is a measure of what? Weight or capacity?
Capacity.
Correct. Peter, in 18th century Britain, the two main political parties were the Tory party and which other?
The Whigs.
Correct. Keshi, which novel by Harriet Beecher Stowe features a brutal slave owner named Simon Legree? It's Uncle Tom's Cabin. The epic TV series I, Claudius was based on books by which 20th Robert Graves? In which modern-day country was the Colossus of Rhodes?
Greece.
Correct. Benzi, relays and hurdles are what type of event? Track or field?
Track.
Correct. Brig, which term describes an animal standing on its back legs with its forelegs in the air? Rampant or dormant?
Rampant.
Correct. Peter, in email communication, the letters IMHO are often used as an abbreviation.
Opinion.
Correct. Keshi, in which traditional sport might a competitor use an anchor men's grip?
Tug of war.
Correct. Benzi, the bossy TV cook who regularly appeared
Ramsey?
in...
Oh, pass.
Craddock was the answer there, Craddock.
Bad luck there,
I don't think
Dempsey.
I would.
Really bad set of run.
Yeah.
That was really unlucky.
Real run of luck, and that's a couple. I don't think we've seen opening spirals quite like that with the first two players heading an awful run of questions there, and running the times right down. Unfortunately, Benzi, that is the end of your tournament life. It's. I'm so sorry. How's it? How are you feeling? Have you had a good time?
I won last week.
You did.
2 weeks ago. I think that's. I'll take that.
Absolutely. Well, I say it's you had a bit of a tricky run with all those third places, and then finally getting that win, and so you've definitely earned your place in this semi-final. But unfortunately, that is the end of your tournament life. But hopefully, we will see you in future tournaments and around on the stream.
Of course.
Thank you very much, Benzi. Do take care.
See you.
And then there were three. And can I just note, thank you very much for the raiders. Sorry there was no raid alert. Mark, welcome on in. Thank you very much for that enormous raid. Welcome to you all. We are in the middle of the second semi-final of this face-off tournament right here. Do stick around for some quiz action, and then there is a mass multiplayer game going to be following this in about 20 minutes' time, so do stick around. Lovely to have you all here. Welcome, 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 and thank you, Mark, for that raid. So, Brig, Peter, Keshi, you're all progressing to the next round. Peter, with the most time, is going to take the third slot. Keshi's going to take the second, and Brig is going to be starting us off. Let's go to round two now. Wow, Brig, what happened there?
Well, there was an immense feeling of relief when Benzi had his spiral of misery, and then only to get that myself afterwards. It was not a great feeling, but thankfully, just enough. So
well, you did manage to find your feet there after. I don't think you missed one after the spiral ended, but
this is how my games tend to start. Bad first rounds and then better later on. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is a good omen.
You wouldn't want to make it too easy for yourself now, would you?
Well, of course not. No. A lot of exciting reviews.
Well, you are back in the game. 90 seconds back on your clock. Keshi, fairly solid performance there. You happy with that?
A couple I didn't know in there, but eventually got to something I did know. So okay, I'm in the middle spot now, but it's a whole other round.
Someone's got to be there. 90 seconds back on your clock, and not a lot of time difference between you and Peter, who just finished ahead, about 39 seconds, about 4 seconds ahead of Keshi there. Peter, comfortable coming into round two?
Well, I'm glad I've come into round two.
Yeah, quite.
Having seen the first two spirals, I was hoping I wouldn't produce a third one, but no, I'm just relieved to be here, really.
Well, very many congratulations, very well earned. But of course, only two of you can progress to the final round. Round two, Brig, you're going to be starting us off. You've all got 90 seconds on your clock. The very best of luck. Brig, your time starts now. Brig, a tall, slender glass used for drinking champagne shares its name with which music? Correct. Keshi, in the Shakespeare play Hamlet, which 6 words precede the line, "That is the question"?
To be or not to be.
Correct. Peter, which Ugandan military dictator once claimed to be the uncrowned king of Scotland?
Oh, Pol Pot.
No, it's Idi Amin. The shekel is the main unit of currency in which country?
Egypt.
No, it's Israel. In music notation, how many quavers are there in a crotchet?
2.
Correct. Brig, is 666 a triangular or a square number?
Triangular.
Correct. Keshi, in which 1942 Disney film does the rabbit Thumper appear?
Bambi.
Correct. Peter, the horse racing festival known as Royal Ascot takes place in which country of the UK?
England.
Correct. Brig, in the NFL, the Saints play football in which city?
Pass.
New Orleans. The soundtrack to which 1992 Disney cartoon features the songs Arabian Nights, Friends Like Me, and
Aladdin.
Ali? Correct. Keshi, in January 2002, which world leader fainted and injured himself after choking on a pretzel?
George W. Bush.
Correct. Peter, complete the title of the Grimm Brothers fairy tale, Snow White and Rose what?
Petal.
Red. Which city was the capital of British India from 1772 to 1912?
Mumbai.
No, it's Calcutta. Is a pipit a bird or a fish?
It's a bird.
It is. Brig, which football club did Liverpool face in the 1950, 1971 and
Pass.
2000? It's Arsenal. What K is a slang word that comes straight from the German and means ruined or broken?
Pass.
Kaput. The myth of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun and fell into the sea, comes from which mythology?
Greek.
Correct. Keshi, which album's cover art is an Annie Leibovitz photo of Bruce Springsteen's backside in front of an American flag? It's born in the USA. Which Welsh football club plays its home matches at Ninian Park?
Cardiff City.
Correct. Peter, what B was the name of Batman's secret underground headquarters?
Bats. Pass.
Bat Cave. A protective tubular frame under which plants are grown outdoors is known as a what frame?
Cloche.
Cold. In the 1980s TV series, Pierce Brosnan played the detective Remington who?
Steel.
Correct. Brig, the islands of Crete and Elba are in which body of water?
Pass.
The Mediterranean Sea. The name of which hot beverage sounds identical to the 20th letter of the English
Tea.
alphabet? Correct. Keshi, which motorway connects Sheffield and Leeds?
Pass.
The M1. In which country of the UK did the Chelsea bun originate?
England.
Correct. Peter, what is the SI base unit of electric current?
Ampere.
Correct. Brig, what name is given to a small container for ink often fitted into a hole in a desk?
Well, Inkwell.
Correct. Keshi, the South African city of Durban overlooks which ocean?
Pacific.
No, it's the Indian. For which European country did Pizarro lead the conquest of Peru?
Italy.
No, it's Spain. Which former ER actor starred as Danny Ocean in the 2001...
George Clooney.
Correct. Peter, what surname is shared by a mother in a famous musical song and father in the novels of G.K. Chesterton?
Time.
No, Brown. In a standard game of Cluedo, which of the weapons comes first alphabetically?
Gun.
No, it's a candlestick. What sort of distances are measured in angstrom units? Very small or very large?
Very small.
Correct. Brig, which cabinet position did John Major hold immediately before becoming Chancellor of the Exchequer?
Foreign Secretary.
Correct. Keshi, Bellona was the Roman goddess of what?
Pass.
War. Which geographical feature lent its name to the Battle of the Boyne in 1690?
Bulge.
No, it's the River Boyne. What food item is found in the centre of a gala pie?
Egg.
Correct. Peter, which motorway runs between Oxford and Birmingham?
M40.
Correct. Brig, what first name links singers Bedingfield, Merriweather?
Daniel.
Correct. Keshi, what W is a type of ballroom dance is performed to music in
Waltz.
triple time? Correct. Peter, in which Carry On film did Sir James play Sir Sidney Rathbone?
Carry On, Sergeant.
No, it's Carry On Up the Khyber.
Lucky.
Bad luck there.
Well.
Peter, the run comes to an end. Oh, it was pretty tough luck at the beginning there. Pretty rough run of questions, but I'm afraid your luck has just run out. And I'm afraid that sees you going out of the tournament in third in this semi-final. Have you had a good time?
It's been great, yeah, thanks. Just a couple of speed bumps in the road on that lot. But no, it's been good fun and astonishingly nerve-wracking, really, I suppose.
It is a scary game. It is a scary game.
But good luck to Brig and Keshi.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Well played.
Well, Peter's run does come to an end, but Peter, I do hope that we will see you in future games and future tournaments, but it is for now, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Which means Keshi and Brig, a reversal of fortune for you both. Keshi is going to take the first question slot with less time. Not a huge amount in it, though, about 5 seconds. Brig's going to move into second. Let's go to the final round. Keshi, back on this first position slot. Hasn't been here for a little while. How did you feel that went?
It was touch and go, really. Again, a few things in there that I didn't know, and yeah, a few missteps. Gotta stop doing them missteps.
those dastardly missteps. Well, there wasn't a huge amount of time there. There was 5 seconds between the two of you, and you've now both got 120 seconds, so everything can change in this final round. Brig, more confident that round, more time left at the end.
Yes, although I'm against for one person I didn't want to be up against in the final, so we'll see what happens.
Dun, dun, dun.
Indeed so. Well, I'm just going to refer back to my statistics just for a moment here. In your previous matchup, Keshi came second against Brig, who came third. So in the last time you faced each other, neither of you won. So going to be very interesting to see. Tonight, one of you will win, and one of you will go through to the final to face off against Inca, Ralph, and Toot. Who will it be? We will know in between 2 and 4 minutes time. You both got 120 seconds on your clock. Keshi, you're answering first. The very, very best of luck to you both. And Keshi, your time starts. Now, Keshi, which video by South Korean singer Psy was the first to reach 1 billion views?
Style.
Correct. Brig, how many days are there in the month of August?
31.
Correct. Keshi, in nature, what is a hornbeam?
Bird.
No, it's a tree. In common speech, to study the specifics or discuss the heart of a matter is to get to the nitty-what.
Gritty.
Correct. Brig, which title is given to the government minister responsible for the day-to-day running of the Treasury?
Chancellor of Exchequer.
Correct. Keshi, according to the well-known expression, scantily clad women are found on which page of a tabloid? Correct. Brig, which film does the four-word film review summarise as the Screw Carey Show?
Pass.
The Truman Show.
Yeah.
The songwriter from the pop group Blur also writes for the virtual band Gorillaz.
David Albarn.
Correct. Keshi, which Richard Linklater film took 12 years to make?
12 Years a Slave.
No, Boyhood. According to the common expression, when you relax and have a good time, you let down which part? Have you down? Correct. Brig, what T is a form of conveyance someone is said to have fallen off if they appear to have gone a little crazy?
Truck.
Trolley. Which continent was sometimes called the Dark Continent before it was fully explored?
Africa.
Correct. Keshi, what is the most frequently used consonant in English?
T.
Correct. Brig, in which event did Shelley Rudman win a silver medal for Britain in the 2006? It was a skeleton. In 2002, Halle Berry won the Best Actress Oscar for her role in which challenging film?
Pass.
Monsters Ball. The fall of which city in 1975 marked the end of the Vietnam War?
Ho Chi Minh.
I need a reference check on this one because I am pretty sure that's an alternate name, but I might be wrong. Have we got Panda or David about? Because
it might be an old name for it.
If it is, I'm inclined to accept it. In fact, I'm going to VAR this myself. I don't know if it is the right answer. Let's have
it was
a look.
literally the only Vietnam city that came to mind immediately. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. It's fine.
Ho Chi Minh City, economic and commonly known by its previous name, Saigon. Is my citation for that, so I am going to allow that. Yeah, Dave, the question was, just to clarify with David, the fall of which city in 1975 marked the end of the Vietnam War? Brig Bother said Ho Chi Minh City. The answer on the card is Saigon. I've just done a citation to check that that does indeed check out, and I believe that it does. And so I'm inclined to mark it as correct and pass the time back over to Keshi. That's my inclination, David. If you agree, then we are at least 2 or 3. Panda saying he would accept as the other adjudicator of the tournament. Just wait for a ruling from David. So it was called Saigon at the time, but accept Ho Chi Minh City. I think that's absolutely the right decision. So that was the correct answer. Force a timer update, which means Keshi, you're going to be the active clock as the game continues. Time is going to pass to you in. Focus on the right window, for God's sake, Ben. 3, 2, 1. Keshi. Which of the following planets is closest to the Sun? Mars, Venus, or Earth?
Venus.
Correct. Brig, the code name for the Allied landings in Normandy in 1944 was Operation what?
Omaha.
Overlord. High Heels and Low What is the title of the 2001 film?
Skirts.
Lives. In which decade was Francois Mitterrand first elected president of France?
70s.
80s. The container in which official documents are sent to and from embassies is known as diplomatic what?
Envelope.
Bag or pouch. In the name of the government's savings scheme, SAYE, the initials stand for Save As You. Correct. Keshi, what type of citrus fruit is traditionally cooked whole in a Sussex pond pudding?
Lemon.
Correct. Brig, the cosmetic powder kohl is commonly used to darken the area around...
Eyes.
Correct. Keshi, in the 1970s TV sitcom Fawlty Towers, Sybil Fawlty was played by Prunella Hill. Correct. Brig, the slogan The King of Beers has been used to advertise which brand?
Budweiser.
Correct. Keshi, the zone around individuals which they reserve for themselves is known as personal
Space.
what? Correct. Brig, what colour is the stripe on the 14 ball in pool?
Red.
It's green. What German word for fine or fancy foods refers in English to a shop where these foods are bought?
Delicatessen.
Correct. Keshi, is the Little Bighorn National Monument in Montana or Ohio?
Montana.
Correct. Brig, which surname is shared by a British rock singer called Rod and a
Stewart.
Correct. Keshi, in the House of Commons, the 2 corridors into which MPs retire in order to vote are known as the Division what?
Corridors.
Lobbies. Which 1990 movie starring Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon as medical students experimenting with near-death experiences? Correct. Brig, before adoption of the euro, which country's main unit of currency was the guilder?
Netherlands.
Correct. Keshi, the poisonous wild plant dwal is better known as deadly what?
Nightshade.
Correct. Brig, what is the name of the Jewish Festival of Lights which takes place in December?
Hanukkah.
Correct. Keshi, what S is the common medical name for a cerebrovascular accident?
Pass.
It's a stroke. In which 1978 film musical set in the 1950s did the characters Doody, Sonny and Putsy
Grease.
appear? Correct. Brig, which British rock singer's solo albums include Wildwood and A Kind Revolution?
Paul Weller.
Correct. Keshi, to possess everything that is required is to have the whole kit and what?
Boodle.
Correct. Brig, in technology, for what do the letters CAD stand?
Computerized design.
Correct. Keshi, in the Book of Jude, in the Old Testament or New Testament of the Bible?
New.
Correct. Brig, the Falkland Islands lie closest to which South
Argentina.
American... Correct. Keshi, in the Middle East, what B is a term for a tip, bribe or small gift of money?
Pass.
It's a baksheesh. The senior order of chivalry in Scotland, limited to 16 holders at any one time, is called the Order of the
Garter.
What? Thistle. Who was the Republican representative in the 2012 US election?
Oh, John Kerry.
Mitt Romney. Which band recorded the albums Strange Days, The Soft Parade and LA Woman?
Pass.
The Doors. In American football, the Jets and the Giants are both NFL teams named
New
after...
York.
Correct. Brig, who painted the 1998 painting The Bathers?
Who knows?
Paul
well done.
Cézanne.
Very, very close one there.
It
Brig.
would have been awful to win like that, to be honest.
That
'cause
was-
you were
oh.
ahead so much way through.
Keshi
so.
just decided
Gotta
in the
make
last
it
20
exciting for the punters, haven't I?
the last 20 seconds of the game, Keshi just said, I don't want to win this, I'm going to let Brig have it. But, oh, that
I was on the edge of a seat, I'll tell you that.
that last minute spell, Brig knowing he's got less than 2 seconds on his clock and just watching and waiting and hoping. But Keshi did manage to find that answer, New York, and just managed to secure victory there with 6-point inverse
Thank
nice
God to be
points
watching
left.
the Super Bowls.
Yeah, quite. It does mean, though, sadly,
that
we
was
have the
lovely.
final contestant we have to say goodbye to in the semi-final is Brig Bother. Brig, what an amazing contestant you have been. You've given us such a wonderful series of games, and it's been a joy to have you here. How are you feeling?
Thank you very much. I've had a
Go
really good time. To be honest, I felt like a bit of a pretender in the final, so I think Keshi's the right person to compete with the other three.
Well, not at all. You certainly earned your place here.
Very kind of you there, Brig.
I've done much better than I was expecting to. So I've had a really good time. Thank you very much.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you here, and we hopefully will see you in future games and indeed in future tournaments. But for now, Brig, it is goodbye.
Bye-bye.
So that means the champion of the second semi-final this evening is our friend from the north. It's Keshi. And as Adster had just pointed out in the chat, this gives us a 4-3-2-1 final. Keshi, you've made the final four. Congratulations. Massive, massive congratulations.
Somehow the stars aligned and gave me some right answers there.
Well, they came out of alignment towards the end of that last round a little bit, didn't they? But they just snuck back in a bit.
Well, as I say, I had to make it exciting for the punters.
Does mean you've got to come back next week to face off against Inca and Ralph and
I'm
Toot.
going to do all this again.
One more final hurrah for the road. Face off final next week for the season finale. I'm looking forward to it immensely, and I hope you are as well. But do go and get yourself a beer in the interim. I think go and have a relax.
I haven't got any. I've got some soju though.
That'll do. Keshi, always a pleasure to talk to you, and we will see you in the final next week.
See you next week. Got to get revising, I think.
Get revising, quite right. Cheerio for now.
Take care.
So, the heats are done, well, the qualifiers are done, the heats are done, and now the semi-finals are over, and only 4 players remain. Next week, in this order, we will see Keshi, Inca, Ralph, and Toot. 4-3-2-1 in the league, and those are the positions they are going to be taking up in next week's final. It is going to be a monumental event for very, very strong players, and I'm so looking forward to it very much, and I hope you will join us for that. That will be about 9 PM next week. We're playing Cryptex in a minute, so don't go just yet. But we're playing the Pyramid before the face-off final. There'll then be the face-off final, then the Escape Artist, and then probably at the end of the night we'll do the Penny Draw. So that's all to look forward to next week. But before that, we've got one final game of Cryptex, which has been co-written by myself and 8Minky, so do stick around for that. But very many congratulations again to Keshi, the champion of this semi-final, and our 4th face-off finalist. Accidental alliteration is the best. Stick around for Cryptex. I'm just going to nip to the loo, and I'll be back in about 3 minutes' time. Second Cryptex pack of the evening. This one has been co-written by myself and my great friend Abe Minky. Very grateful to Abe, who had a lot to do today and said to me last night when I messaged him about 2 in the morning. So I was doing a thing last night that you'll find out about next week. I messaged him saying, "Oh, it's Cryptex tomorrow," and he said, "Oh, I'll help write," which took a stress off my mind. So I've written 4 out of 7. Ape's written 3. So we've written 1 round each, and then I wrote 2 in the last round. So pen and paper, as before, is required. I'm not going to spend all the time going through the rules again, but I am going to say hello to all our new viewers. Thank you again to Mark for that raid. I might just unmute notifications now, see what's come through. Just let those clear out. There's quite a few. So thank you in advance to all the notifications that are about to come through. And to anyone who's enjoying what they're seeing, do come and hang out with us in the Discord right there. That's where all the announcements about everything that goes on happens, and you can chat with us there and find out more about the games that we play here on Game Night, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. Except Thursday, it's an afternoon. Right, second game of Cryptex written by me and Ape Minky. If you'll want to play, then you're going to need to type in the lobby code, aren't you? Let's give you one. A lobby code, that is. Reminds me, I will stop the notifications before we start the game. It's quite an intense focus thinky game. Welcome to you all, come into the game. As I mentioned before, I think this is a mite easier than Jay White's pack from earlier on. I would give, if I gave the last one a sort of 6 or 7, I'd give this one a 4 or 5. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. And of course, bias is a question writer myself. It's very difficult to rate one's own work. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we're up to 39 already, so we're comparable with last time. More pennies up for grabs as well. You will need your whisper window because all of this game is done by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. So make sure that you have her whisper window open so that you can whisper to her, and all the rest of it. ABME, Zeus, Dev. I keep wanting to call you Buzzer because there's a B at the beginning. Dev, Keshi, Benjay, Effrontery, Apodo, DC Simmons, Claire, Tipster. Oh, hello, Tipster. Welcome to the stream. Didn't see you sneak in. Welcome, welcome. Topper1, M. Clemson, Dogfish, Oni, Clive Legend, Jay Turner, Mr. Quizworthing, Jay White. Yes, Jay White, you get to come and play this one. Cycle Space, there's the raid notification. We must be about up to date now. Cycle Space, goodness me, you're up late. Welcome to the stream. Have you just snuck in as well? I think you have. Brig, welcome. Mario X Turn, a new name I haven't seen for a while, but Mario, welcome to the stream. Lovely to have you here, and welcome to the game. It's Sotley. Starskunk sneaking in as well. I see on my chat tracker right there. Welcome to the stream, and welcome to the game. Adster, Ardenfets, Drew Dave Tom, Innes, Score Count, Liswitz, Chris M. Dixon, Prugs, Brand New Halo, Tyson, Milk Like Substance, We Like Shape, Samsa, Natter, Silent Marine, Lingo, Nano Owl, and Fahrenheit. Welcome to you all. Lovely to have you here. Right. Are we caught up with notifications now? Can I pause Streamlabs again for a bit? You sneak in, that's what you skunks do, absolutely. Lovely to have you here, Starskunk. Welcome to the game. Don't think you participated a year or 2. Well, I've only been running about 18 months properly, Mario, so you're very welcome to be here. It's come on a long way in the last 18 months, I would say. It's leaps and bounds. I don't know if there's a load of follower notifications possibly coming through, because we did have that big raid from Mark, for which I was very grateful. Thank you, Mark, and if you're still here, much love to you. How did the run go? In fact, don't tell me, because I'll go and watch the VOD later on. I don't want to know. I will go watch it on catch-up later on. Mark's a Tomb Raider challenge runner and Salt of the Earth, one of the nicest guys on Twitch, so do go give him a follow at some point. Right. I think they're done, so I'm going to press pause on notifications for now. Right. 2, 3, 4... Wow, 41, comparable with the last game. So people keen for some more Cryptex action. I'm not sure if 2 games in a night is too much. When it was a longer game before, maybe it was. Now it's a shorter game. Maybe it's the ideal length. We will see. I'm going to lock this lobby up in, and yes, get some pen or paper ready. Welcome, Jers. Welcome to the game, just in time. I'm going to lock the lobby up in 5, 4. No, that's too quick a count. It'll be about 5 seconds from now. But pen and paper, and make sure you follow the instructions if you've not played before. It's basically crosswords, but you need to take a letter from each clue. You can use crayon if you like, Milk like, yeah. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing at the end of the sting there. Let's lock it up. So, here we go. Co-written by me and Abe. Round 1. You'll be presented with 2 puzzles. Each puzzle's got 8 clues, and the answer to each clue will be 8 letters long. Submit your answer to each clue by whispering to Persephone's Twitch bot. Each correct answer earning you 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeated correct answers will cost you a point. Each clue will be shown for 20 seconds before being replaced by the next one. You may submit previous clues at any point before the final 20 seconds, even if that clue is no longer displayed. Each clue will have an index shown in square brackets. This index represents the letter from the current clue that forms part of the Cryptex solution. For example, if the answer to the clue is aardvark and the index is 4, the 4th letter to the Cryptex will be D. During the final 20 seconds of the puzzle, you will not be able to submit any further clue answers, but you will be able to submit your solution to the Cryptex. You may only attempt to solve the Cryptex once. Submitting the correct Cryptex solution will earn you 20 points. Submitting an incorrect Cryptex solution will cost you 10. You are not penalised for abstaining, so if you haven't worked out enough information, you can sit it out. Do not attempt to solve the Cryptex prior to the final 20 seconds. This will result in your submitted solution being treated as an incorrect clue answer and cost you 1 point. There will be a 10-second break during which no answers will be processed between the final clue being displayed and you being able to submit the Cryptex solution. Only answers of exactly 8 characters will be processed. Shorter or longer answers, or answers not submitted to the bot, will not be processed. So make sure you've got Persephone's Twitch bot on hand so you can whisper your answers to her. And again, you're encouraged to use a pen and paper. So even if you don't know the clue, you might know half the clue and be able to extract the letter from it. So do play it how you want to play it. And again, a reminder that once this game starts, I cannot stop it unless it breaks. Co-written by me and 8Minky. Do have fun. Round 1. Let's reset the Cryptex. Game on. Performers of Stairway to Heaven. You want the 8th letter, and that goes into the 8th slot of the Cryptex. On we go. Modern translation of the type of calf that was slaughtered in the parable of the prodigal son. For what it's worth, this is my puzzle. You want the 2nd letter of this, that goes into the 2nd slot of the Cryptex. Okay, let's have another clue. An annual publication listing highlights of the previous 12 months. You want the 4th letter of this. On we go. A tubular wind instrument, often associated with Scotland. 5th letter is what you want. A few more correct answers coming in now. Oh, Bading.wave. Don't forget to write down that index if you've got the answer. Involving serious and complicated or artistic ideas. This is the 7th index. Trickier one. A couple of people attempting by the looks of it. No one getting the answer to number 7 by the looks of it. Shapes has got it though. Branch of mathematics that deals with shapes. Speaking of shapes, this is the 1st letter. This could be a big hint in solving the Cryptex, which will be a real, genuine 8-letter word. ...1982 Michael Jackson album, you want the 3rd letter. There's lots of blue on the screen, so I think we could have a few Cryptex solved. This is your last clue. One of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the What of Rose. Can you hark back to Face Off? It was in there. And can you spell it right? This is your last clue. Okay, 10 seconds to have a think. No answers being accepted from this point onwards. Claire's answer obviously snuck in just on the timer. 20 seconds to solve the Cryptex. You can only submit once. 20 if you're right, minus 10 if you're wrong. No penalty for abstaining. Have you solved enough? Have you got enough clues to solve it? more seconds. Well done. If you solved the Cryptex, it was Garrison. Forms of Stairway to Heaven were Zeppelin, Led Zeppelin, where we got the N. Modern translation of the calf, the fatted calf, translates to fattened, where we got the A. Annual publication, that's a yearbook, from where we got the R. Tubular wind instrument are the bagpipes, from where we got the I. Involving serious and complicated artistic ideas, that was highbrow, from where we got the O. Branch of mathematics that deals with shapes is geometry, from where we got the G. The 1982 Michael Jackson album was Thriller, from where we got the R. And one of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, the Colossus of Rhodes, where we got the S. Resetting the Cryptex, Innes and Chris M. Dixon in the lead with 50. Let's go on to puzzle number 2. Oh no, quite a lot of players with 45 though. A huge amount of players with 45. Now let's reset the Cryptex. Puzzle 2. This is 8 Minkies. Tag in. Toy-inspired theme park chain with locations in Denmark, Japan and Florida. Need the third letter. Bad luck there, Adster. Yeah, publication was your clue on that one. Capital city on Gulf of Finland's northern boundary. This is the first letter. The first letter of this is the first letter of the Cryptex. This could be a big help if you can get this one. On we go. A literary placeholder physically or a Control D to this webpage virtually. 6th letter. Depending which browser you're using, presumably. Malocclusion, where maxillary teeth go beyond mandibular, simply put. I need the 5th letter of this for your Cryptex. Maritime UK charity with ship in logo, Something Archaeology Society, or NAS. Thought there might be a few reds on this one, a few scrapes. Lots of people losing points on that one. Least dark in colour or least heavy in weight. You want the 4th letter. Steal money from one's own organisation. 7th letter of this goes into the 7th slot of the Cryptex. Zeus and Shapes, just at a glance, looking to be 7 for 7 so far. Likewise, Samster. One more clue coming in. Apologies if you're also 7 for 7 and I've missed you. Ardenfetz as well, and Claire look like they're 7 for 7. Group number of noble gases or atomic number of noble gas argon. This is the 2nd letter. If you can solve all 8, then you should know the Cryptex. Even if you've only got 4 or 5 of them, you might be able to have a stab at it. This is the last clue. And your 10-second freeze out begins now. Check through your answers. What is the solution to the Cryptex? 20 points if you give me the right answer, minus 10 if you're wrong. Time to solve. A few red lights coming up here, but an awful lot of green. I don't know if you solved the Cryptex. It was Highball. Toy-inspired theme park was Legoland, from where we got the G. Capital city on the Gulf of Finland's northern boundary was Helsinki, from where we got the H. A literary placeholder is a bookmark, from where we got the A. Malocclusion is the overbite, where we got the B. Maritime UK, a lot for you got caught out on this one. Nautical, not national. Least dark in colour or least heavy in weight is lightest, from where we got the H. And to steal money from one's own organisation is to embezzle, from where we got the L. And the group number of the noble gases is 18, from where we got the I. That's the end of puzzle 2. And at the end of that, 3 players. Samster and Innes again, this time with Shapes up there with 104. Lingo's in second with 103. And Zeus and AB Me in third on 100. Let's go on to round number 2. Again, presented with 2 puzzles, first by me, second by Ape. Each has got 8 clues, and the answer to each clue will be 2 concatenated words, totaling 8 letters. At least 2 of the letters of the words will overlap, for example, brain and inlet, to give you brainlet. Submit your answers to each clue, again by whispering to the bot. 5 for everyone that's right, 1 off your score for every one that is either wrong or a repeat. You may answer questions up until the last 20 seconds, even if the clue is no longer displayed. And as before, you get an index in square brackets, which represent the position in the cryptex. So if the answer to the clue is brainlet and the index is 7, the 7th letter of the cryptex will be E. As before, final 20 seconds, you will not be able to submit further clues. You will only be able to attempt to solve the solution to the cryptex, which you may only attempt once. 20 points if you solve it, minus 10 if you don't. No punishment for abstention. So if you get enough clues, you might be able to take a guess at it, but there is a penalty if you're wrong. Only exactly 8 characters will be processed, shorter or longer, or not to the bot will not be. Pen and paper at the ready. That's round 2. It's the word smash round. Take a breather. I'm going to take my pipe, and then we will go on to the first puzzle. Oh, I'm out of time. On we go then. A taxi or a bus is operated by this. Smash together with the Italian composer of the opera Rigoletto. You want the second letter. A little bit slower on this one because there's more to process. And remember, even if you don't know both and you don't get the clue, you might still be able to get half of the clue and take that index for your Cryptex solution set. Still make some notes. Shorthand for a digital currency, smash together with to work extremely hard or incessantly. 7th letter. Sam's turn in is our neck and neck, 114 each. On we go. Collection of objects used to navigate, smashed together with a 1960 Alfred Hitchcock film with a famous soundtrack. This is the 3rd letter, goes into the 3rd slot of the cryptex. A period of excessive indulgence, smashed together with a small lizard, often kept as a pet. The last letter of this is the last letter of the cryptex, letter number 8. Look steadily at something, often with surprise or admiration, smashed together with the UK county that borders Suffolk and Cambridgeshire. It's the 4th letter you want here. Greek goddess of fate, smashed together with letters that arrive by mail. You want the first letter of this. Yeah, tricky one. Tricky one, this one. Have a think back to some of the others. Condition often suffered from after a long flight, smashed together with a light fizzy beer. You want the 6th letter. So, getting into the twilight of this round, Norwegian composer of Peer Gynt smashed together with an Egyptian country famous for its pyramids. You want the 5th letter of this answer smash. This is your final clue. Spelling matters in this game, I will point out. And you're out of time. 10 seconds to check your answers. Have you got enough information to solve the cryptex? 20 seconds if you have. Sorry, 20 points if you do. Minus 10 if you're wrong. Clive has solved. So have quite a few others. This will be an actual word, not a word smash, for what it's worth. A lot of people solving here. Just Jers and brand new Halo missing out. The cryptex solution was arpeggio. Well done if you got that. The answer smash there, driver and verdi. Crypto and toil for cryptoil. Maps and psycho gives map psycho. Binge and gecko give bingecko. Gazes and Essex gives gaze Essex. Atropo and post gives us atropost. Jet lager, one of my favourites, jet lag and lager. Grieg and Egypt gives us Greegypt. Egyptian country of Egypt. Absolutely. That's the end of puzzle 3. Tagging 8 Minky in. Let's reset the Cryptex. First US space station launched in the early 70s, smashed together with the most successful Swedish musical group ever. You need the 4th letter. Vinyl Pop Figurine Company smashed together with the 1975 handheld digital camera patent holders. Fun fact, one of my first pets growing up was a cat by the name of the second half of this clue. French brandy variety smashed together with a Mexican dish namesake Ignacio El Blanc Anaya. And no, Giza wouldn't have worked, for what it's worth. I'll come back to why in a minute. Aroused curiosity smashed together with by area, Canada's largest province. 8th letter. Giza wouldn't have worked because the clues have to have at least 2 letters overlapping. So on that last one, I can't remember what the first part was. Giza and Grieg and Giza wouldn't have worked because they only had 1 letter overlapping, just so you know. Rumbrand inspiration to Belcalis Almanza's rap name, smashed together with the aerobic exercise for short. 7th letter is what you need. Oh, it worked for filling in the Cryptex. Oh, fair enough. Hello, Easily. This is Cryptex. It's a game of my own design. The game has started, so sadly you can't join, but do stick around and watch from the wings. Vernon's relation to Harry Potter, smashed together with the Christian body of religious persons. And welcome to the stream, Easily, as well. Punctuation mark that's used when spelling many 2-digit numbers, also seen in this clue, smashed together with the virescent deadly sin. You want the 6th letter for your Cryptex solution. Wild West lawman Earp, smashed together with New York prison chanted by Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. You want the 2nd letter, and this is your final clue. Have you got enough? Have you got enough information to solve it? Let's find out. 10 seconds to check you're working. Is there enough information from the clues you've solved to work out the Cryptex solution? If so, 20 points, minus 10 if you're on. 20 seconds to solve starts now. Maybe you don't have to try. Minus 10 if you're wrong. Plus 20 if you're right. There's a lot of red on the screen. Correct answer to the Cryptex solution. Cyclonic. You had Skylab and ABBA for Skylabber. Funko and Kodak for Funkodak. Cognac and Nacho for Cognacho. Peak and Quebec for Peak Quebec. Bacardi and Cardio for Bacardio. Uncle and Clergy for Unclergy. Hyphen and Envy for Hyphenvy. And finally, Wyatica for Wyatt and Attica. That's the end of puzzle 4. And that's the end of round 2. Innis is in the lead with 209. Samster slips the second with 199. Keshi and Nanoal now in joint third with 189 each. 3 more puzzles in round 3. Here are the rules. Each with a category. Puzzles will have 8 clues of varying lengths and will be shown for 15 seconds before being replaced by the next one. It's a little bit quicker, that's why there's 3. Each clue will have an index shown in square brackets as before, and this represents the letter from the current clue that forms part of the Cryptex solution. For example, if the answer to the clue is mouse and the index is 2, the second letter of the Cryptex will be O. Varying lengths of clues, all of which will be indicated for you. Do not submit your answer to these clues, that's very important. Instead, you may submit the Cryptex solution at any time. For each clue that is revealed, 5 points will be deducted from the point bank. You may only attempt to solve the Cryptex once. Submitting a correct cryptex will earn you the amount of points currently in the bank, starting at 55, deducting by 5 every 15 seconds. Submitting an incorrect cryptex solution will earn you points equal to the number of letters in your submission that are correct. So as it's getting to the end, you may as well have a punt, because you don't lose points, you get rewarded for every letter that you find, even if the cryptex is wrong. Only answers of exactly 8 characters will be processed. Shorter or longer or not submitted to the bot will not be. Again, pen and paper, but most importantly in this round, do not submit your answers to this cryptex. But if you want a penny, you need to submit that to the bot now. Category is chemical compound. 55 points if you can solve this now. Chemical compound, 8 letters, and this one is me, just so you're aware. Do not submit your answers to these clues. We're down to 50 points. Captain of the USS Voyager in Star Trek, 8 letters. First letter could be a bit of a clue if you know your Voyager. No solves yet. We're down to 45 points. Shorthand for 1,000 grams, 4 letters, and you want the 4th into the 4th slot. Remember, you're looking for a chemical compound. 45 points for solving it now. We're down to 40. Average score in golf, 3 letters. Third letter is R. Dev going for an early solve, but not getting the right answer. Get some points for it. And Jay White going for an early solve, not getting the right answer. Getting some points for it, but not the right answer. Lloyd Webber Musical, Jesus Christ blank, 9 letters. You want the 7th. It's chemical compound you're after. Still no solves yet. 35 points in the point bank. Now down to 30. To take legal action over a dispute. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Still no solved. Chemical compound proving difficult. A couple more failed attempts though, getting some points, but not the maximum 25 that's in the bank. The red Powerpuff Girl with 7 letters, you want the 5th. Have you got enough yet to solve it? 25 points if you can. Dropping to 20. Aladdin's Nemesis with 5 letters, you want the 2nd. Keshi tries and fails, getting some points, but not the 20 he was hoping for. One more clue to come. A native of the UK city Birmingham with 7 letters. Sotley is the first to solve. You want the 6th letter of this word. There's score. Lingo is wrong. Oni is wrong. 10 points and 15 seconds to solve this now. You've had all your clues. Give it a go even if you haven't got all the answers. Innis has solved. Dogfish has solved. And Clemson has solved. Only 4 getting it. Jarosite was the answer. Jarosite. On we go. Tagging 8 Minky in. Category is food and drink. 55 if you can solve it now. Oh, it's definitely a word. Definitely a word. Right, first clue. No one's solving yet. Dan Marino for 1, or singular marine mammal whose group is a pod. 7 letters long, you want the 4th. 50 points if you can solve the cryptex after just 1 clue. And if you're going through it, down to 45. Morsel Gadget, 9 letters, you want the 8th. Assimilating the information, not getting to the answer just yet. No one's attempting early this time, waiting for a few more clues. Here's your next one. Type of Mexican folk band, meaning street singer, 8 letters. You want the 7th, Keshi Head. Redeeming himself from that last game and being the first to solve, followed closely by Top One gaining 40 points. Lots of people solving now. Lots of solves coming through on this one. Alternate name for Protanopia, named for English John, who studied colour blindness. 9 letters, you want the 2nd. 35 points in the bank if you can solve it now. Top 2 still yet to solve. Keshi has now taken the top spot. M. Clemson's actually moved into 2nd, and Shapes is now in 3rd. Let's Pour Guitar Makers with 6 letters. This is the first letter of this. Could be some help. 30 points if you can solve the cryptex now. Innis has solved and retaken the lead with 249. Smallest of the world's 5 oceans with 5 letters. You want the 6th. A few more solves coming in. As it's Sotley solving. 25 points in the bank. 2 more clues to go. That's 20 points. The Roman god of fire with 6 letters. You want the 5th. Nano Owl solves. And another solve that I didn't see. 15 seconds, here's your last clue. Paul, who painted Mont Saint Victoire and the Card Players series. 7 letters. You want the third. Oh, 6 letters for Ocean. That's my bad. Now 15 seconds to solve the Cryptex. Well done if you got this. Gazpacho, I had to look that one up. And the scores have all changed. Innes at the top, Keshi in second, Samson in third. Here's your final puzzle. And it's back on me. The human body, 55 points if you can solve it now. If there was a problem with the letter count, that may have been on me. Although it was 8th puzzle, I'm not sure. You can blame me if you like. Funereal Hymn, blank with me. 5 letters, you want the third. Maybe you're after a part of the human body, or something to do with the human body. 50 points if you can solve. That's okay. These things happen. Things slip through. Current Prime Minister of Canada, 7 letters, you want the last. 45 in the bank. Extremely cruel or unpleasant with 8 letters. You want the 6th. 40 points in the bank. Jay Turner has go and gets it wrong. An outdated high social rank with 11 letters. You want the 5th. 35 points now in the bank. That's wrong. Site of the nuclear attack on the 6th of August 1945 with 9 letters. You want the 8th. Tips to become the first to solve the Cryptex. Very well done. Taking you up to 181. Point back down to 25. Informal for stupid. Mr. Quizworthing is the second to solve. Not you, informal for stupid, Mr. Quizworthing. Informal for stupid or having a large distance between 2 sides for 5 letters. You want the second. 25 points left in the bank. And it's now between the top 3. Rice Krispies mascot with 3 letters. This is the first letter. Could be of some help. 20 points in the bank. $15 points in the bank. Huge enthusiasm or eagerness with 4 letters. You want the 4th. Samsa Souls taken it to 244. Not enough. Innes has solved and cemented the victory with 264. 15 seconds. Last 15 seconds to solve it. 10 points if you can do it now. Might as well give it a go. Well done if you got that. It's the Filtrum, which is this little groove underneath your nose. The Filtrum. That is the end of the game. And we have finally given Innes his gold medal for Cryptex. We've had a switch of positions. Samster going 1 and Innes going 2 in the last game, and this game Innes going 1 and Samster going 2, with Keshi a very respectable 3rd place, 235. GG's all round. Well done, well played. Good points being scored, as we like to see. Good game all indeed. Let me go and add on these bonus pennies, which is hopefully the last time I'm going to have to use Google Sheets. First of all, author credits. I'm going to give one to... I won't give one to myself. I don't take author credit pennies for myself. Plus, it's my own economy, so that would be a bit weird. 8 Minky is going to get a 4th author penny for that, though. Innes getting his first gold medal. Very well done, Innes. Twice the bridesmaid, finally getting to be the bride. Your first gold medal for Cryptex. Very well done, Innes. Samster taking, I think, was probably his first silver medal. Yep, you've got the gold, the silver, just need the bronze to complete it. Samster and Keshi Head taking 3rd place, the bronze medal. First medal finish here in Cryptex. Very well done, Keshi. That'll be 3, 2, and 1 bonus pennies, respectively, as well as the bonus pennies that you maybe got during the game. And that is the end of Cryptex, and that is going to be the end of the stream, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I need to go and do other things. I have the best penny. She's hurt her leg at the moment, actually, Cyclespace. She had I don't know what's happened to her, but she's got a real nasty gash on her leg. It seems to be healing quite nicely, but yeah, that it's slightly worrying. Love Cryptex so much. Oh, thank you, Clive. Probably a phase of the original. How dare I have other things to do? I haven't got that many other things to do. I'm going to go work on the thing I'm working on, to be honest. Yeah, she's fine. She seems fine. She's not limping on it anymore, but it did look pretty bad at one point. I'm glad you like it, though, Clive, and I hope you all guys, or everyone else in the chat, liked it as well. Joining with everyone else, love me some Cryptex. Good to hear. I'd be curious to hear your feedback as to whether or not you think 1 is enough, whether 2 is good, 1 or 2, or 1 with a gap in the middle, or maybe 1 with something else. Because it's quite a short game. It's intense. It's 30 minutes of intensity, but it is only 30 minutes, unlike things like the Escape Artist and the Purge, and Danger Zone, which tick over an hour. So very, very curious. Da Vinci Code was good for something. You're right, Dev. Yeah, finally had some good come from Da Vinci Code. It is a good brain stretch. 2 is good. The gap is also good. Yeah, the gap in between. So maybe Cryptex, a hard one at the beginning, an easier one at the end, with something softer like Red Herrings or Risky Business in the middle could be a good match. Or the Pyramid. Pyramid is good. And speaking of the Pyramid, that's coming up next week. All the things that are happening at the moment. Season finale of the Pinnacle Larder with Tipster tomorrow at 7. Pretty sure it's his last one. Then he's having a week or 2 off. So do go give Tipster a follow and some love. Monday, there's all sorts of stuff going on in Ash's Discord server, so do go join in with Ash's Discord server for all of the things. Tuesday, I'm going to be back with Countdown and fingers crossed going for gold. I need to rejangle the database, the question database. Monday, probably going to be a Monday job, that. But hopefully we'll have some going for gold with Countdown, which will be really good fun, with me on Tuesday for Classics. Ash is here on Wednesday on his channel, twitch.tv/80_bash, with Relativity, by the looks of it, 21st of April. Is that? Yes, 21st of April is this week. So Relativity with Ash on Wednesday, according to the schedule as far as I can see. I'm going to be back on Thursday with Game Night Happy Hour for the happiest of games, The Purge. So that's going to be 3 p.m. on Thursday on this channel, twitch.tv/royal_flush. God, I can't talk tonight. Ash is going to be back again on Friday with Outright on the 23rd of April. So definitely want to check Outright out. Great game, one of Ash's originals, as is Relativity. In fact, it's a double original week for Ash this week. So do pop along to give Ash some love. Go give him a follow and join his server. And then I'm going to be back next week. Do not miss next weekend, next Saturday, the season finale, season 3 finale of Game Night. We're going to kick things off with the Pyramid, so a nice easy-going quiz to start with. We're then going to have the face-off final, which we've been building towards today. I'm looking forward to that immensely, and other things that are going to happen around that. So do come along for that. That'll be about 9 o'clock after the Pyramid. We're then going to have the Escape Artist. Questions have been written by Ash, so another little crossover. So for the Escape Artist next week, it's going to be Ash's question pack. So do come along for that, because it's a really good one from what I've glanced at so far. And then there'll be the penny draw, where I'm going to be giving away a load of merch come the end of the evening. So put your pennies to good use, and hopefully I'll have done the thing that I'm working on this week, the automated penny thing, and it'll all work. Yeah, Ash, your Escape Artist questions coming in next week. So looking forward to seeing that. Does mean you only get to play the Pyramid next week, Ash. So maybe I'll put in an extra game. We'll do Risky Business or Red Herrings at the end of the end. Make it a super mega stream. So what's that? The Pyramid, the face-off final, Escape Artist, penny draw, and then if you've got enough steam at the end, maybe I'll throw a Red Herrings on to the end of the night or something, just to wrap up the season. But that will then be it for the for season 3, and then we start afresh the week after with season 4. So much going on as ever. Go join the Discord if you want to come hang out with us. It would be lovely to see you. There's no one to raid tonight. Negarorix has literally just this second gone online, so I'm not going to raid there because it's going to be an empty channel. So we're going to not have a raid tonight because everyone else has gone offline for now. So we'll call it a night there. Thank you all so very, very much for joining in. Congratulations to all our winners and our face-off finalists, our semi-finalists, giving us a great show this evening. Thank you to Ape for his diligence with proofing and helping to write this pack. Thank you to Jay White for the earlier question pack, and a massive thanks to Panda for helping me proofread. I say helping me; he's doing it all. He's doing all the proofreading of the face-off questions. So yes, one more to go, and then we rest face-off for a little while. We'll bring it back at some point, but we're going to rest it for a little bit. Until next time, be absolutely splendid and marvellous to each other. I have been Royal Flush, you have been watching Game Night. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be sensible. Peace out, take care, and good night.